Leader in sports in the Inland Empire. Riverside. Now, here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
We are falling into a Friday show like Draymond Green, falling on the floor when he had a chance to win it for Golden State, right, Hala? You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. No, you don't know what I'm talking about, Jeff. You were watching Solo, the movie.
At one point, I thought they were playing soccer.
Oh, man. Draymond Green out there tripping on his own feet.
I did see the end.
Did
and you know what? The thing is with him.
What's the thing with him?
Oh, Draymond Green.
He's going to have nightmares for probably the rest of his life. What if?
You know, this is twice that he's cost them games. You remember back 2 years ago when Cleveland won the world championship.
They won it all.
You remember when LeBron stepped over him and put his junk on his head?
How can I forget?
And he punched him in his junk and he got booted. And then he was suspended a game and it cost them the world championship. This, my friend, might be the last straw with Draymond Green. All of the shenanigans he pulls, all of the stuff he's done in the offseason, his mom talking all this smack.
Oh, yeah, his mom talks smack, too.
I am a firm believer in karma. Firm believer. When I was a jerk when I was younger, karma bit me square in the ass.
It did?
It did. I used to, all kinds of horrible things would happen to me because I was kind of a jerk. Yeah.
Good guy.
I'm a good guy. But since having kids and, Smedberg calming me down, I'm nice to people for the most part. Karma's been pretty good to me.
Not Draymond Green.
Not Draymond Green. The karma is biting him in the ass.
Steph Curry, I think it was Curry, right? Passed it up to him. And I don't know if he, ran over a speed bump, if there was a banana peel on the court. I have no idea.
There was a sniper in the top of the arena and took care of it because
he just tripped on his own feet. He turns the ball over. It was just a mess.
A mess, Jerry.
So the Inland Sports Show, we are falling into Friday Draymond Green style. Of course, we're going to talk NBA playoffs. The Houston Rockets now 1 win away from advancing to the NBA Finals. The Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM is brought to you by Spoiled. Quick quality oil change. Spoil yourself and your car every single time you go in there to get the oil change. Maybe it's 3,000 miles. Maybe it's 5,000 miles. Definitely every 3 months. You get in there, get that clean oil, man. You'll be feeling good because your car's going to be feeling great. Spoiled.
I need to take my car in. I'm going to do it.
What are you waiting for?
I got to go see old Navigado.
He's waiting for you.
He is.
So, NBA playoffs, Rockets take Game 5 last night. What was it, 98-94? It was a 4-point game at the end. Game 6 Saturday in Oakland. And the big news, it just came out today that Chris Paul, with the hamstring injury, will not play in Game 6 in the city by the bay, Oaktown, Oakland, California.
Oaktown 357.
Did you ever, you had an Oakland phone number, right? The 357?
No.
In your dorm room or somewhere, right?
We didn't have phones, man.
You had phones back then?
No, I wasn't rich. I wasn't rich Jeff back then.
You weren't?
No, I was middle of the road, Jeff, and my parents, I got $100 a month.
Middle of the road, Jeff.
Middle of the road. I wasn't poor. I wasn't rich. I had $100 a month.
But you were middle of the road.
Middle of the road. I didn't have a phone. I had a pager. That was it. I had a pager and a Honda scooter.
You're like a doctor.
Yeah,
I'm getting paged.
Hey.
I'm on call, guys.
I didn't own a car. I had a scooter that I drove around, and the scooter used to get stolen every other week, and I'd find it on campus
and take it back
and take it right back. So then I started.
Wait, how tall are you, and you're on a scooter?
I was 6'8", And,
that's a sight.
But
that is a sight to see.
Sweet, remember the Honda Elite scooters? I had a red one. It was awesome, but it got stolen all the time. One time I found it under a pile of leaves. No joke. I said, "What is that?" There was a tarp, and I looked under the tarp. My scooter was underneath the tarp.
What?
Another time I came out of class and it was gone. So a week later, I saw a scooter. I said, I think that might be mine. Still have my key. I used my key, I started up and drove it home and put it in my dorm room. And then my dorm room started smelling like a garage. It was a little nutty, little smelly in my dorm room. Smelled like gasoline. But it was the only way I could
didn't
get
you
around.
lock it up?
Yeah, but it still would. They would cut the darn lock off. And I even had one of those things, the big, what were they called? It was like a...
Like a club?
Like a club almost for a scooter. But they would just cut that thing open or hit it with a hammer. Yeah, it got stolen so many times. Finally, last time I got stolen, I didn't even care. Keep it.
Do you have to have a license to have a scooter?
Yes, of course you do.
You do?
And better yet, is there a picture of this?
It's probably maybe my parents' house.
I got
a red scooter with cool, flowing blonde
Hey,
hair.
look a little middle of the road Jeff on his red scooter.
No cell phones. I didn't, honestly, if I needed to call my parents or anyone, I would call collect once a week.
Like go to a payphone?
Yes.
They did have payphones. I don't know now, right?
Yeah, they had payphones, and I would go. They had one in the dorm room, and I would sit there, and everybody would always be on the phone talking to their girlfriends. I just talked to my mom.
Phone check.
I called my mom. What are you doing? I miss you guys. Meatloaf, Ma, I miss you so much.
Were you like real geniuses calling your house and crying that you want to go home?
Yeah, probably sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that. But see, karma bit me there. See, I was kind of a weenie back then. So, yeah, karma would bite me. Just like we were just talking, karma bit CP3.
Green. Oh, CP3 too.
You know what? Karma did is he hit that shot on Steph Curry, and did you see what he did?
Yeah.
Shimmy.
He shimmied right in his
Like
face.
a real jerk.
There's a difference between shimmying and shimmying in someone's face.
That's taunting.
That's taunting. When Steph Curry does it, he shimmies like he's a go-go dancer.
Like to the crowd.
He's shimmying to the crowd. He's not doing it in anybody's face.
Just like that,
See,
what
I'm-
you're
I'm
doing right now.
looking at you.
It looks just like that,
I'm
Jeff,
shimmying
what
right
you're
now
doing in the studio.
And Greg, I'm shimmying at you, but I'm not
You're
shimmying.
shimmying at Greg.
But I'm not shimmying to be mad. I'm just shimmying.
You're not
Because
trying to
karma's not gonna
disrespect
get- No,
Hala. You're
I'm
just
showing you how to
celebrating.
shimmy. But CP3 gave him a little bit too much shimmy right in his face, and guess what happened? Hammy.
The old hammy.
The old
The
hammy
ham
bit him.
bone.
And
Right
that-
off the bone. Well, I don't
That
know.
could have cost him the
So
series.
that kind of injury, Jeff. I mean, is it one game? Like
No,
you think-
here's the
serious
deal.
is that
Here's
hamstring?
if you have anything wrong with your hamstring, anything. If he can't play tomorrow, I think they weren't going to win anyways, so they want to have a game 7. So they're just going to pull him out. But if your hammy is sore or anything, if you make a quick move and if it's pulled, you're done. I honestly think CP3 is done for the series. Could be done for if they do win.
Is that serious?
Like,
Oh.
that's serious. The hamstring is the worst injury for a basketball player you can possibly get outside of a sprained ankle. Nothing worse than a hamstring. Nothing.
So you can't rub it out or drink some Gatorade.
No,
or
that's not gonna do it. If you
pickle juice.
no, if you pulled,
Pickle juice.
if you pulled a
Mustard.
hammy, there's
I'm not an athlete. I'm just curious to know. Like,
it is a
how deep is
one
this?
of the most painful things you could ever. I went water skiing one time in my life. Karma bit me in my ass, and I tore my hamstring, and I was done for like a year. It was black and blue. It was the worst pain I've ever had. And if it's anything like that in CP3, there is no way he
You see
plays
how he pulled it, though?
tomorrow.
how it happened last
No.
night? You didn't see the highlights?
No, I didn't see how he
Pretty
pulled
terrible.
it
Ooh.
So game 6 is
tomorrow.
Saturday night.
Saturday night, yes.
So a game 7 back, if they go back to Houston, would be what, Monday night?
I believe Monday.
So that's 3-4 days.
There's no way.
to rest up.
There's no way possible that if he twisted or if he pulled it, there is no way he's going to be able to get back in 4 days because the first couple days here, he's going to be so sore. I don't think he's coming back. I think they're in trouble. I think the Rockets might be in trouble, and I think the karma bit him. If he wouldn't have done that, they'd probably be in the World Championship.
All right, so we're going to get to a lot more about the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets later in the show as we break down the NBA playoffs. We also have Game 6 in the Eastern Conference Finals between Boston and Cleveland. Could this be the last time we see the King, LeBron James,
In the land.
in a Cavaliers uniform in the land? Could
Could
be
be.
it. Could be. Last game ever,
Yeah,
or last game in Cleveland. One of the two.
I'll tell you what. You look at Boston. Boston's not very good on the road in the playoffs. They're a perfect 10-0 at home, but
Yeah, they're
really,
not.
really bad on the road.
Okay, put that together with the fact that, okay, Boston's not a great road team. Plus, you really think LeBron James is going to roll over on his home court in an elimination game? I mean,
No.
he's real tired. He looks real tired.
Oh, yeah,
but he's not going to roll over.
He's exhausted. You know, it was very evident the last game, but LeBron James is not going to go out a loser on his own home court. He might lose in Boston, but there is no way he loses tonight in Cleveland.
Yeah, there's no way. All right, so we're going to talk NBA playoffs. We'll also get to the Major League Baseball schedule for tonight. The Dodgers back in action, taking on San Diego.
Quadruple A.
The Quadruple A Padres.
Yes.
Listen, we're going to break down that Dodger lineup. I have not seen it yet. I'm sure it's wacky. I'm sure guys are all over the place, batting somewhere in the order they're not accustomed to. It's going to be fun. We're going to break down that as the Dodgers taking on the Padres. The Angels moving on to the Big Apple, to the Bronx. They're going to take on the Bronx Bombers. The Yankees and Halos. I feel like that could be a playoff preview. That could be a playoff series taking place in the month of May, like right now.
Angels, you know, they had that bad stretch. They lost, I think, 6 games in a row, the longest stretch of the year. But they've won 3 of 4, and they're starting to hit the ball very well. Mike Trout's on fire. Ohtani, 2 doubles last night. They've pushed back Ohtani's next start, so he's going to rest another day, I think, in order for them to have another bat in that lineup, especially on this road trip in the East Coast, because New York is incredible this year.
So more Halos, more Dodgers later in the show as well. And guess who's back in the big show? Jake Marisnick, the pride of Riverside Poly High School. Remember, he got off to a slow start with the Houston Astros this year.
Slow?
Real slow.
Okay.
Sent him down to the minors, but now he's back. Whatever happened in the minors changed his life. He's a brand new man. Here was Jake Marisnick back in the big leagues yesterday for the Houston Astros against the Cleveland Indians.
This ball drilled into center field, sending Greg Allen all the way back to the wall, looking up, gone! Jake Marisnick, a 3-run blast to straightaway center, and the Astros out in front 7-2.
He's got his khakis on. Packing.
That was Jake Marisnick last night for Houston against the Indians. He's back. He had 2 hits, a home run, 3 RBI. He's back. Whatever happened in the minor leagues, got them all squared up.
Yeah, he was under 200, struck out, I think, more.
Almost like half the time he struck out, like 48%.
48%. Yeah, it was 48%.
Before he went to the minors, because now he's a brand new guy.
But he was only in the minors for like an hour and a half, it seemed like.
Barely.
It seems like we were just talking about, if he doesn't make it in baseball, have you seen he could be Superman. He's about 6'5", good-looking guy. Make him a movie star.
He could be a movie star. He could be a model. He could be a tight end in the NFL. He could be a lot of things.
He can do anything he wants.
I think he played football at Riverside Poly.
He did?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. I remember seeing him at one of the Riverside Poly football homecoming games.
I told you his grandfather is Roger Folsom, the best athlete.
The greatest.
The best athlete in the history of Riverside County, by far. No one better.
The greatest. All right, also local baseball here. The Quakes and 66ers open up a big series right now. The Quakes are in last place in the division.
What?
The 66ers right now in first place.
Wow.
In their division. They will go head-to-head. It's Angels versus Dodgers. It's California League Baseball. They open up their series in San Bernardino tonight. You can hear that game live right here on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. If you're an Angels fan, keep an eye on a guy named Joe Adell. The Angels just promoted him to single A, Inland Empire, hit his first home run in a 66ers uniform last night. He is the number 1 Angels prospect in their entire minor league system. So this is a surefire major leaguer, so he will probably not be with Inland Empire very long. So if you're an Angels fan, go check out Joe Adell. This guy's going to be a superstar.
Can he sing?
Why not? He's Adele.
There you go.
Right? But, I mean, some of these guys, they come through the system, and we don't get to really know them too well, and most of the guys don't make it to the big leagues, but he's the number 1 rated minor league prospect in all of the Angels system, and they just called him up to IE. So, hit a home run last night. He just got there and already hit his first home run.
So he's one of the guys probably driving a nice car. So you look in the parking lot, that's it, probably his car.
Will you Google that?
I think.
But Joe Adell's, it's J-O, Joe, last name Adell, Adell. I'm curious what he's making too. Probably sweet ride. And last night, and I know the Quakes are trying to make this happen, and we're trying to make it happen too, Rylan Bannon, the third baseman for the Quakes, with a fantastic diving catch at the hot corner last night. Tweeted out, Sports Center top 10. Tweeted out to the Dodgers, trying to get the Dodgers to retweet it, get it to Sports Center, because it was an awesome diving catch. We got it on the Inland Sports camera. So do us a favor, follow at Inland_sports, follow the Quakes on Twitter, retweet that thing. Let's get Rylan Bannon, the hot corner for the Quakes, on national TV. Yes, Jeff.
Joe Adell, I have his contract.
All right, hold on. So Joe Adell,
he's driving a nice car.
Let me ask you this. Does it say if he was a first-round pick?
Oh, it says exactly what pick he was.
Was he a first-rounder?
He was the 10th pick in the first round.
10th round. What year was this? Last year?
2017, yes.
So last year.
Yeah.
He's 10 overall?
He is the 10th overall pick. It only lists his signing bonus.
His signing bonus, I'm gonna guess like
wow,
4 or 5 million?
$4.5 million.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, almost 4 and 3, $4.7
I want to be Joe
$1 million as a signing bonus. Wow.
That's his signing bonus. So, with that said, you know he's good, and you know how the Angels certainly have high expectations for this guy with a considerable signing bonus. Plus, he's a first-round pick. First-round pick means that, you know what? We like you. We like you more than everybody else. We think you're going to make it to the big leagues. So Joe Adell right now playing for Inland Empire. We'll see what the Quakes pitchers can do against him tonight as they open up a big series out there in San Bernardino. Excuse me. We're continuing our inland sports headlines here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Just a couple more to get to. And again, closer to home on our local Diamonds. UC Riverside playing in their final series of the season out there at the Plex, and the Highlanders baseball team losing the opener against Cal Poly last night. 4-2 was the final score. And UCR softball trying to play for a postseason national championship in the NISC. Jeff, they lost.
Oh!
They lost.
Damn!
They just lost this morning. It just went final moments ago. 5-0 the final score against Loyola Marymount. So LMU is your postseason national champion for the NISC. So it's like the NIT, but the softball version. So it's not the NCAA tournament, but it's right below it.
So UC
it's a big deal.
Gets second place.
So yeah, they're runners up. So it was a great run. It was a fun run to watch them in the postseason. So they lost today 5-0. The Inland Sports Show is proudly brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs. Plus, they do the Letterman's jackets, and they do team sales, screen printing, embroidery. They can do it all. So next time you say, Mom, my cleats are all worn out. I need new cleats. I need a baseball bat. I need a new T-shirt that says, I'm the big dog. I don't know. Maybe they have that. Maybe they don't. But they might. You won't know unless you go to Kin Sporting Goods. KinSportingGoods.com. All right. I got real emotional about Kin's.
Yes, you did.
When we come back, we're supposed to have Trent Rush live on the phone. He's somewhere between here and Anaheim. I don't know where.
The parking lot, known as the 91.
Yeah. Can you imagine? It's Memorial Day weekend.
Dude.
It's a mess out there.
You know, next time I go to Costco, I'm going to buy Trent Rush the Fast Track. That'll be my gift to him.
Well, you can buy it at Costco?
Yeah, of course you can.
You can do everything at Costco now.
You know what? I could buy a spa. I could buy a spa at Costco.
We bought our car.
You bought your car at Costco?
Before we got Catalano Motors on the show, we went to Costco.
So wait a second. Stop this. Stop it. Stop. You bought your car at Costco. Did you put it in a cart? It's the smallest car I've ever seen.
It's pretty small. No, we didn't put it in a cart. You're ridiculous. It's one of those big flat carts. Come on. Don't put it in a regular shopping.
Around?
Yeah, it wasn't a shopping cart. It was the big flatbed.
You bought your car at Costco?
Yes. Before we brought Catalano Motors on the show last year, this was 2 years ago, I bought a car at Costco. So what you do is you go in there, you say, this is the car I want, and they say, okay, this is the price. And you're like, okay. So you go to the car dealership. There's no haggling. It's like, okay, I'm here to pick up my car. You pay them. That's it.
Do you have to pay cash?
I had cash. I had lots of money. I just paid cash. I said, that's the car I want from Costco. I will take a Costco dog. I'll take a churro, a soda, and that car. That's what I did. I got at Costco and a big thing of blackberries.
Oh, I can't wait to talk to you about this. I can't wait to talk to you about
this. It was awesome.
This is intriguing.
No hassle. I went to the dealership. And they're like, hey, Pep Fernandez here. And they're like, oh, your car's ready. All right, here's all my money. See ya. That was it. No hassle. None.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk to you more about this.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. You get blackberries, a hot dog, and a car. But now I just go to Catalano Motors because I like to save thousands of dollars. Whatever deal I got at Costco pales in comparison to all the money you'd save at Catalano Motors. Forget you, Costco. When we come back, Angels baseball. You're going to love it. Trent Rush is going to join us live. He's coming out here to call the UC Riverside baseball game, too, so we'll talk Highlanders baseball with him. When we come back, it's your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
proud affiliate of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Thanks for listening to Fox Sports, home of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
We are Fox Sports!
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This segment's brought to you by our good friends at Boost Performance Training. Athletes of all levels, all sports. Everybody is going to Boost Performance Training. Even when I'm having a bad day, Jeff, I get on Instagram and Twitter because I follow Boost everywhere. And Coach Ray Bass has inspirational words to make me feel better about myself, the way I approach the day. I attack the day. New vigor. There's a boost.
Osmosis through Ray Bass.
I love you, Ray Bass. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Right now, another guy that we just love to pieces because he loves Wetzel's Pretzels, he loves the Halos, and he loves America. It's Trent Rush from AM 830. Trent, how are you today? And I'm going to guess you're probably in Anaheim Hills, right about now.
I'm actually right up the street from you guys. I have just arrived at campus of UC Riverside. College baseball on a Friday night, final weekend of the regular season. UCR against Cal Poly. Beautiful day, 70-something degrees. And while everyone else is sitting in traffic, I'm listening to country music, watching BP.
Oh, he's a country music guy, too. I love him even more. Trent, who's your favorite country music band, singer, act? Who's your favorite?
Well, all time, it is George Strait, hands down. It's not even close
to
who the second is.
He's the king.
Yeah, the king. Right now, a couple of younger guys I'm listening to. I'm listening to Cody Johnson quite a bit, and I'm an Aaron Watson fan as well. Those are the other two. Look them up.
Oh, you know who Jeff's favorite is?
I know who it is. Yes,
who's your favorite country singer,
My
Jeff?
favorite country singer of all time is Chris Gaines.
Do you know who that is, Trent?
Do you know who Chris? No. You know who Chris Gaines is?
No, should I?
Of course you should. He's the alter ego goth version of Garth Brooks, my man.
Do you remember that, Trent? He put out like a pop album or I don't know what it was.
It was like a Depeche Mode.
Yeah, I do know this, and I have gotten quite a bit of Garth stories because did you know this is the 20-year anniversary of when Garth was on the Padres in spring training? Yes.
Oh, that's so funny.
I was getting skinny because Mark Langston, who does the Angels broadcast with us, he was telling me the story because at the time, Langer was on that team in '98 spring training with the Padres, and he's telling me all these Garth Brooks stories. So I've just been dying here. And I got to meet Garth last year, which was one of the most interesting and fun experiences of all time just because that dude, he is a character, to say the least.
He's a big baseball guy. He loves sports, so that's
he's
awesome.
married to like Trisha Yearwood, isn't he?
Yes.
Oh, she can cook. I watch her on the Cooking Network every weekend. She's making some sort of cornbread or ribs or candy. Man, she is wonderful.
Okay. Well, I know we want to talk about sports, but you brought up a sore subject here because I'm really not a big Trisha Yearwood fan. Here's the reason why. One of her recipes one time, I went to go follow it, and I was trying to make like her peach cobbler, and it came out horrible. And it was one of the worst things I've ever made in my life. And my girlfriend is telling me, no, you had the oven wrong. And I said, no, I followed Trisha's instructions, and it didn't turn out right. So whether I had the oven correct or not, I think is beside the point. Just the fact I'm not going to take the fall on this one. I'm putting all the blame on Trisha Yearwood.
Damn you, Trisha Yearwood.
I just like picturing Trent making a peach cobbler, you know? It's like, the Halos are on the road. I'm going to go home and make a peach cobbler tonight. Hey, Trent, real quick, before we get to UC Riverside, because we know you're calling the game tonight for ESPN, but tell me why Andrelton Simmons is not hitting leadoff. It kind of bugs me. Is there a reason behind that?
So, I don't know the latest reason, but I do know they tried it about 2 years ago, and it was one of those things that he really just didn't feel comfortable in that spot. And the way Simba's hitting right now, he's an important run producer for this team. Of course, when you see a guy that's got the fifth best average in the American League and he's getting on base the way he's getting, yeah, you want to have Simba up as many times as possible. But the leadoff spot was a place for him that, at least when they tried it 2 years ago, he was really not comfortable there. Maybe he would be now. I would imagine they've had that conversation with Simba, and it just hasn't happened. So I don't know all the behind-the-scenes there, but I know that they tried 2 years ago, and it didn't pan out, and for whatever reason, they're not trying it again right now.
Well, the Halos have the Yankees tonight. So, Trent, we know you're calling the UC Riverside baseball game, but let's be honest. When you're calling the UCR game tonight against Cal Poly, do you have the Angels game on there or some sort of like live stats or something because you're always following the Angels?
Yeah, I got the MLB app and the whole thing, so we'll be following it. We'll have that game on the laptop. Don't you worry, we can multitask. They had to stop me, though. I really wanted to listen to Terry Smith and Mark Langston's broadcast in one ear and listen to the truck in the other. But John Jackson, my partner, is like, well, how are you ever going to listen to what I have to say? And then that kind of stopped.
That's a good point.
I can do 2 tasks at once, not 3.
Hey, by the way, thank you again. Intern Cullen, he's in North Dakota now. He's calling a college summer league, the Cirrus Valley Saber Dogs. And dude, you made his night, you made his year, being able to hang out with you and also Terry Smith out there at the Big A. So I just want to say thank you. That was awesome.
He made my night. I brought Fast Johnny out.
Oh, that's
last
true.
week.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you this, Trent. We had Johnny in your studio. We put the headphones on him, and he saw the microphone. And when we left, he goes, "Was I on the radio?" And I said, he freaked out. He was like, "Oh my gosh!" But no, I personally wanted to say thank you. It was my son's first Angel game. We had front row seats, and we got to go up and go to the front offices and see where all the work you do. And I'll tell you what, when you came down, I said, "Hey, it's Trent Rush." The people in the front row that were sitting with me, they go, "Where?" So you were very popular. They were listening to the game on their radios, and they started talking to me, and I said, "Hey, I'm friends with Trent Rush." And they were like, "Oh, we listen to him every game." So you are a big hit with the fans.
Oh, I'm glad you found the 2 listeners we have. That's awesome. That's really cool. No, but seriously, no, it's great having you guys at the ballpark anytime. I want to see Pep get out to a game. I haven't seen Pep yet come out to the Big A, so we'll have to work on that.
Trent, I'm very busy. I have very important things to do on the weekend. Last weekend I was in. Have you been to Tehachapi?
No, I have not. I didn't even know that place existed.
There's a place called Tehachapi. It's deep into the mountains. We had a gymnastics competition up there for my daughter. I'm always on the move. Again, like you have a girlfriend. You're going to be married someday. You'll get it. You don't make your own plans. You just get told what you're doing that weekend. So one of these days, I'll say, "Hey, we're going to an Angels game," and it'll happen.
Yeah, I don't have to be hits to understand how that works. I get it. We're there now, then. When it comes to scheduling, we're there now.
Well, hey, Trent, I want to get back to this Angel talk because I am a huge Angel fanatic, and they've won 3 of 4. But my big question is, what was the reasoning? Do you think that they pushed Shohei Ohtani's next outing, pitching wise? Is it because they want to use his bat against the Yankees, or is there something else going on?
So there's no real official word yet, other than workload management, which does make sense because Ohtani did go 110 pitches his last time out, the most he's ever thrown. The Angels have been pretty adamant about the idea of wanting to be very cautious with him as a pitcher, not wanting to blow him out, wanting to make sure that they're taking the proper steps, and that means giving him some rest and sometimes skipping starts. We knew that before the season was going to begin, that there would be weekends like this where Ohtani wouldn't pitch. Like that was all part of the plan. The timing of it, I think, is probably disappointing because Masahiro Tanaka is set to go on Sunday, and Shohei was originally set to go on Sunday, and it looked like that was going to be the plan. But clearly the Angels felt that it was in their best interest to not have Ohtani pitch. But, Jeff, I think you bring up a great point. The Angels need that bat in the lineup. I mean, when you look at the splits for what this offense is with Ohtani compared to when he's not in the lineup, that is a major loss. Even when he's pitching, it still hurts to not have Ohtani's bat in there. The pitching for this staff has been really good of late. I mean, in April, I know that was a concern. It has not been a concern here in May. Staff is the second-best ERA, only behind the Astros in the American League. So, but the hitting has been a totally different story. So I think the Angels probably feel like they need Ohtani's bat. But when they say workload management and they're just trying to give him some rest, I'm going to believe them on that because it is something we kind of knew about before the season began. That was part of the plan.
Well, Trent Rush will have the call. UC Riverside taking on Cal Poly tonight out at the Plex. And, Trent, do me a favor. So I know you've already done your homework on the game, but Dean Miller, who's a Riverside guy from Ramona High School, plays for UC Riverside. I feel like he's a spitting image of Mike Trout. Like, he looks like Mike Trout. He's built like Mike Trout. Just take a look at him and be like, you know what?
Okay.
That's UCR's Mike Trout.
Okay, you know what? If he gets a hit or something in the game tonight, I may drop that line on the broadcast. UC Riverside's Mike Trout. I may drop
please.
That. I may drop that.
I would be honored. I would be honored.
Well, I'm gonna cite you though, because I'll give credit where it's due. You see it. I tell you, who I really like on this team though for Riverside is Kobe Schultz. I mean, he is somebody that has been just such a gamer, redshirt senior now. I mean, he's an outstanding player for them. I know times have been tough here for UC Riverside, but I hope that UCR finds a way to get Troy Percival a new contract moving forward, because he's bringing in great recruits. He's got a lot of talent. You talk to guys like Troy Buckley at Long Beach State, Mike Gillespie at Irvine, Rick Vanderhook at Cal State Fullerton. You ask any of those guys, they'll tell you there is some legit young talent on this UC Riverside team. I hope that it gets the opportunity to become something great, because I think there's a lot of potential here.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They got a lot of great young talent, a lot of it right here from Riverside and the surrounding IE area. And Trent, that contract extension for Troy Percival might be coming sooner than you think. So you might want to ask around the ballpark tonight. Wink, wink.
That I will do. That's quite the tip. That's an IE sports tip right there. I'll see if we can get it confirmed by the time first pitch is thrown at 6:04 tonight.
Trent, have a great call, brother.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, see
Thanks,
you.
Trent.
That's Trent Rush from AM 830, one of the best. He loves his Wetzel's pretzels.
I
hear him, he does the endorsement for them. He reads the ads. It cracks me up.
So the other day when I went to the Angel game, Fast Johnny and I were walking around. He goes, "Oh, I want a pretzel, Dad." And guess what? There's right there in Anaheim Stadium.
What was it, Wetzel's Pretzels?
Wetzel's Pretzels right there in Anaheim Stadium. And I was like, "Oh, we should buy one to give it to Trent."
Yeah, I don't know how the ad goes, but it's like, "Hey, guys, this is Trent Rush. You know what? I love Wetzel's Pretzels, the cinnamon ones."
Well, it was great as we were listening to him talk, but you could hear the aluminum ping of the baseball bat. It's a lot different. You hear pro baseball, the wood bat, a very distinct sound.
Oh, very different. Like last night, I went from the UC Riverside game to the Quakes game, and you can tell when the ball hits the bat, it's a different game, a different sound.
Yeah, but hearing Trent Rush talk and hear pink in the background was making me laugh. So, Trent Rush, the best guy there is out there for a big friend of the show.
When we come back, we'll talk a little NFL. They mic'd up Sean McVay, the Rams head coach. We better listen to it first.
Yeah,
it's on social media, so I don't think he cusses, but we're going to listen to it first.
He is a football coach. They do have a tendency
to... They do? Football coaches cuss?
Football coaches cuss just a little bit.
I don't believe that. We'll be back. It's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
How you guys doing? I'm Coach Ray again. We're here at the Booth Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. So today's tip, I'm going to go over the shuttle run. So really, the shuttle run is a great drill to measure lateral speed, power, and change of direction. So we're going to go over that today, and it's a drill that can benefit really, again, any type of field sport, whether you're a basketball player, football, volleyball, soccer. If you got to change directions, you got to be quick. Shuttle runs for you. Okay, so Jacob's going to demonstrate the shuttle run here. We're going to start off with the stance. So he's going to have his feet about hip width. Now, this is really important because a lot of times you get guys who try to shift their stance. You got to split the line evenly, and you want to make sure your toes are forward. You want to make sure your feet are right underneath your hips, all right? So he's going to have his feet forward and underneath their hips. All right, now, when I say set, he's going to drop down very quickly. Whatever hand is down is the direction that you have to go. So he's going to go to his left first, so he's got to have his left hand down. Now, his right hand is going to be right here. All right, it's going to be right in front of his body. His elbow's going to be flexed. Hand's going to be right under his chin. All right. So when I say he's going to drop down really fast. All right, he's going to put his hand down, left hand down on top of the line, right hand at his underneath his chin. Ready, set. All right, relax. All right, so that's the stance there. We don't want to hold the stance any longer than about 3 seconds. All right. So we want to be in and out. All right, now let's talk about the first touch. Once he leaves, all right, his first movement, that timer is going to start. He's going to give me a nice lateral run coming out. So he's not going to turn his head and turn his body to run. He's going to lateral run coming out. And then we make our first touch. He's going to do what's called a wedge cut. It's a double foot cut, and he's going to touch right outside of his feet here. So he's going to touch the line with his left hands. He's going to do a wedge cut, a double foot cut. He's going to have a nice angle at the shins. He's going to touch right outside of the foot. So now I'm heading back in the direction I want to go. All right, that angle is really important. So we're going to nice wedge cut here, left hand touch. We'll wedge cut it here with the right, and then we'll sprint through for the finish. 5, 10, 5. Here we go. You ready, Jacob? So he's going to go on me. Set. Go. Take it back. Finish right in the middle. Good, right there. Now, typically, you want to finish with your head down. All right, you want to maintain that forward lean. There you have it. Shuttle run.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
Yesterday? I did. I went in there to pick up my check, came home, supervisor called me about 4 o'clock, talking about they got me on videotape stealing boxes.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. They better be blasting our show at UC Riverside at the Flex right now. Guys are warming up, taking BP. They're blasting the Inland Sports Show.
Yeah, you said a guy looks like Mike Trout.
Mike Trout. Dino.
Yeah, but can he hit?
Oh, he can hit.
Or is he one of those guys?
No, he can hit.
Looks like Tarzan, plays like Jane.
No, he can hit.
He can hit. Oh, he doesn't
Dean
have,
Miller.
Dean Miller doesn't have he's a Ramona Ram, so he probably doesn't.
He is a Ram high guy.
So he doesn't have noodly arms.
No, he's a big kid, big, strong guy. He was playing center field a little bit, so that's what I'm saying. Like, he looks like Mike Trout, plays that center field like Mike Trout. He looks like Mike Trout.
I'm a little disappointed in you guys.
Why?
I'm a little disappointed because I went over to Uncle Chung's Bakery before we came over here. Uncle Chung's.
Uncle Chung, is that a family member or is that a store?
No, it's a store. It's Uncle Chung's Bakery.
Uncle Chung's Bakery.
Yeah, they sell, I think it's Oriental, Asian cuisine. Bakery. The bakery. So I got a cream puff, and then I got you guys some almond cookies.
Yes. It's very kind of you, by the way.
Yeah, but you guys don't even like them.
We don't?
No, what the heck's wrong with you guys, man?
Very, very kind of you, Jeff.
I got a unique taste.
That was, come on, man. I was karma. I was doing something nice. Karma. I was trying to do something nice for you guys to share a little bit of little greetings, and you guys turned down my cookies. Now I have to eat them all, and I already ate the cream puff. No one even you said you didn't even like cream.
No, I don't like cream puffs.
You don't like whipped cream?
Sometimes.
But you don't like cream puffs?
No.
Oh, there's nothing better than a solid cream puff.
Like, what's that? Was it Boston cream pie?
Yes.
Do you love those?
Yeah, I'll eat anything creamy. Anything creamy. Anything.
I'm not into Boston cream pies.
Oh, well, I'm a little disappointed. Next time, I'm not going to bring you guys
tiramisu?
Sure. I like tiramisu.
It's not my cup of tea.
Do you like a creme brulee?
No.
You're going straight to hell, Pep Fernandez.
No, I don't.
That's the best bakery item in the world.
No.
And you and I might walk out of here with that one. How do you not like creme brulee?
I like ice cream.
Oh, that is some straight BS. Creme brulee is the pinnacle of bakery items, the pinnacle of ice cream. It is the best, the very, very best.
So here's the deal. So, I go to a lot of swanky events, very high profile.
You don't either.
Fancy dinners.
Get out of here.
Oh, I'm very important.
You might.
I've got a Nintendo Switch. I've got a Keurig that makes gourmet coffee.
Oh, you have a Keurig? I have a
shower with 2 shower heads. I do lots of fancy things.
You have 2 shower heads?
Yeah.
You do?
Uh-huh.
That is pretty fancy.
I got a Nintendo. Did you hear the Nintendo Switch?
Yeah,
I'm very fancy.
That's very big time.
So when I go to all these fancy dinners I go to all the time, if they, because usually on the menu, they tell you what you're eating. You don't get to pick. When you go to the fancy places, they'll be like, here's what's on the menu tonight. So when I see dessert is creme brulee or tiramisu, I'm like, oh, gross. What else do you got? You got a piece of cake? You got a piece of pie I can have?
Cheezo pizzo.
Yeah.
Cheezo pizzo. I'm telling you
don't
right
even
now,
like me, do you?
Creme brulee is the Rolls Royce.
What?
It is the Rolls Royce of desserts. Yes, it is.
There's no way.
Yes, it is. There's nothing more rich, creamy, luxurious than creme brulee. You take your spoon and you crack the top, and it's like, it's got that hard sugar on the top. There is nothing better in the world. I mean, nothing. I enjoy laying down, hanging out with my wife, and kissing her and stuff. But if I have my choice to kiss her or eat creme brulee, I'm picking creme brulee every single time. It is the best thing in the world.
Make sure you follow and tweet us. Let us know, what is the ideal dessert?
Creme brulee
I would
the
go
Rolls
for
Royce.
If I could pick a piece of cheesecake, like a good cheesecake with like a good crust, a good graham cracker crust. That's the dessert.
You are both of you are the most boring human beings ever.
No, like when I go to my fancy dinners and it says at the bottom creme brulee for dessert, I'm like, I'm out.
Creme brulee
after dinner, I am
berries.
out.
Creme brulee and mixed berries.
No, it's disgusting. The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. If you like saving all that hard-earned money, like you work real hard. I know we do. We're blue collar. We are lunch pill. We punch the clock here in the IE. You work hard for your money. Keep it. Go to Catalano Motors and save thousands of dollars. Ask for the weekly special. Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. Visit the website, catalanocars.com. You know what? I'm really hungry for cheesecake.
All you say is this. I said I liked it more than my wife. I was being
Did your wife
I was being facetious.
Were you? Because I thought you were serious.
No.
Okay.
I got the middle finger emoji.
Oh!
Bingo! No.
So your wife's listening.
Yeah, apparently. But I do like creme brulee a lot. Not as much as old Smetty Smed, because, she's better than creme brulee. Better.
It's pretty close.
I don't know. Is she still listening? Let's see.
See if another message comes through.
There's the old middle finger again.
No,
there you go.
Doubled up.
Yeah, she's listening.
Tweet at @inland_sports. Follow us, tweet us, let us know what's the ideal dessert for all those swanky dinners you go to, all the fancy ones.
Gold medal ribbon.
So the NFL, we had all the OTAs. They're optional. These organized team activities, they're optional, okay?
Yes.
Another guy went down with a torn ACL, a defensive end for the Rams, Morgan Fox. That breaks my heart because, man, these guys are just running around in shirts and shorts, not doing, any heavy lifting. And to tear your ACL and be done for the year before you even put pads on, it's disheartening.
Well, if you look through the transactions, like in the newspaper, they used to have the transactions of guys that get hurt.
Yeah.
I was looking on the internet.
I used to love that.
Yeah, but you go on the internet now, and there's been guys all week have been getting hurt. Guys that are going to be out for the season. This isn't the first ACL.
They haven't even started. These are OTAs. They're optional. The organized team activities are optional.
Oh, man. They're losing guys left and right already. That's crazy.
Breaks my little heart.
Yes.
All right. So, Sean McVay, they mic'd him up at Rams OTAs. We're going to listen a little bit. If you close your eyes real tight, no, he's not from Chicago. But, at least in my estimate, I think he sounds a lot like John Gruden. Here's Sean McVay a little bit from Rams OTA. They put a mic on him and they turned him loose.
I can't wait until you can't even breathe when you're trying to match our tempo and practice later. We're coming for you. Here we go, man. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Get your helmets. Here we go. Make sure you get your guys up front. We're mixing the cadence on you today, all right? Don't jump. Let's jog back, man. Let's look sharp. Let's look crisp. Let's do things the right way. No balls on the ground. Let's go. Good right there. Very good. Love that. Good. Good. Good, 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 good. Here we go. Rapid fire. Let's go. Rockin' 17. Feel the difference between this and the pressure. Work a release. Don't beat him down the field. Envision that nickel. Woo! It's good to be back, man. Good. That's the spot, man. That's a nice job getting your width. Love that. You got me?
Yeah, it's just loud. I'll be fine.
I get a little excited.
It's been a while.
I know, right?
It's been a while since I've heard it.
Okay, here we go. Hey, told you that opened up like a dream. Marcus.
All right, that's a little bit of Sean McVay.
Dude, he is John Gruden.
It's OTAs. He's already fired up. You know what I mean? Like, this guy is, you wind him up and just let him go. He's all energy.
He's like 2'6". Did if you were watching it, he was Goff looks like he's about 9 feet tall compared to him. He's a little bitty guy.
Real.
He's a hobbit. I think he's a Baggins.
Hello, Baggins.
Hello, Baggins. He's a little guy, McVay.
The other NFL news, too, that was coming down is Rob Gronkowski. They're trying to work out a new contract with the New England Patriots.
Trade him.
They're not going to sign and trade? No.
Just get rid of him. Send him to San Diego. We need a tight end.
They do.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. Maybe New England saw that the Chargers are sniffing around for a tight end. They're like, we better lock up Gronk.
Yeah, Hunter
he could end
Henry's
up in San Diego one day.
Henry's gone. Now they're not going to get Gates back. Give us Gronk.
All right, we come back here on the Inland Sports Show. We are jumping right back to the NBA playoffs. Is this the last time tonight that we see LeBron James in a Cavaliers uniform? Plus, CP3 not playing Game 6. Will he be back for Game 7? Jeff says no. We'll go farther into that when we come back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Yeah, thank God it's Friday.
Island Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. We're getting into the NBA playoffs now. We got a Game 6 tonight. We'll have another one come Saturday night in the Western Conference. It's all brought to you by our good friends at Spoil Quick Quality Oil Change. Spoil yourself and your car every 3 or 5,000 miles, whatever, 3 months. Get in there. The Spoil Quick Quality Oil Change off of Alessandro Boulevard. You know you need it. You're way overdue. And that Memorial Day traffic weekend, the whole weekend, it's going to be a mess. Get your oil changed now and avoid the crowds. Spoil! All right. NBA playoffs. This is the big question, Jeff, and we touched on it off the top of the show. Will this be the last time that we see LeBron James in a Cleveland Cavaliers uniform tonight? It's Game 6. Now, I firmly believe that the Cavaliers will win tonight and force a Game 7 back in Boston. But there's the potential that this could be the end of an era, potentially, for LeBron James in Cleveland. A, they might not lose. B, he might stay with Cleveland for the rest of his career. No? You laughing at me?
No! Because remember, he's going to take his talents to South Beach. You remember those days?
Dude, I hated The Decision. Remember, it was like a made-for-TV event?
Oh, yeah. It was Jim Gray, wasn't it?
Honestly, I don't even remember.
I will say this. I don't think this time, though, if he does leave, you can't leave the city of Cleveland twice without anything. I mean, literally, he's walking away. He walks away again, and he leaves them high and dry with nothing in return. That's kind of a shady move.
But he might be chasing rings. Like, if the Cavaliers stand pat and they don't make any upgrades, and this is the team going forward, why? If he's chasing rings, if he wants to be the all-time great, he's going to have to go somewhere that's going to be an instant title contender. And anywhere LeBron James goes, he's going to make them an instant title contender. But with the team he has around him right now in Cleveland, it's not it.
No.
Philly's only going to get better. Boston's only going to get better. LeBron's going to have a hard time in the East. I feel like he's going to have to go somewhere else if chasing the championship is what he's all about. If he wants to say, hey, you know what? I'm a Cavalier for life. I'm from Akron. I'm an Ohio guy. I can't do you guys twice like that. Then I would respect him for it. But he probably won't win another ring. It'll be over.
No, and the thing is, you look at where he could potentially move into the East. You mentioned Philadelphia. Philadelphia's courting him. But really, who's going to handle the ball in that situation? You have a great point guard in Simmons. Ben Simmons is a great point guard. He's going to handle the ball the majority of the time. You have arguably the best big man, Joel Embiid, there at Philadelphia. There is no need for LeBron James because the Philadelphia 76ers have shown that what do they say when they were preparing this team? Trust the process.
Yeah.
Trust the process. Well, the process has shown that it's winning.
Yeah, it's paying off.
It is. And I don't think LeBron James could go there. There is one team in the East, though, that if you looked at and you went, I think he can make this team better. And that's exactly the same thing that Kevin Durant did. Kevin Durant went to the Golden State Warriors to chase a ring.
Couldn't beat him. In Oklahoma City, couldn't beat him.
Nope. And there's one team in the East that if you looked at and you said, hey, if he went to that team, they would probably have a shot to win it all. And that is the team that he will be playing against tonight, and that's the Boston Celtics.
Now, I'm with you, but kind of for a different reason. Yes, he would make them even better, but what really gets me is the fact that if you make a trade, let's say for LeBron James or any other superstar, you have to give up something. You have to have some value to give up. In Boston, of all the teams out there, they could give up a bunch to get a high-profile name like LeBron James.
Yes.
And still have a ton in the cupboard. Be like, hey, we got rid of 2 or 3 great guys, and we still have a great team.
Yes.
There's not a lot of teams that could do that.
No, and look, you look at the Boston Celtics as a team without Gordon Hayward, without Kyrie Irving. They have 4 guys leading in 4 different categories. You look at the Cleveland Cavaliers, you have LeBron James that leads in assists, rebounds, steals, blocks, points, and assists. The Boston Celtics have Al Horford, who leads in blocks, Marcus Smart in steals, Terry Rozier in assists, Al Horford in rebounding, and Jason Tatum in scoring. Those are 4 different players that lead all of their different categories.
A team.
It's a team. A complete team. And if you were to get rid of some of those guys to bring in a LeBron James would not have to do play, 48 minutes
like he's doing now
every single game. He could take days off, and the Boston Celtics would still be very good. There is one other place that you think about and you go, wow, what a good spot if it works out would be the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks are a travesty of a program.
I feel like even with LeBron, I feel like they'll never be good. It's just a stigma with the Knicks. Like, they used to be good.
You could blow it up. You could even trade for Porzingis. You'd like to keep him with you, but you trade for Porzingis and you get LeBron James. L.A., New York, Chicago are places where people will want to go play because of the mighty dollar that Wall Street would give them, Madison Avenue. There would be a lot of money that would go in the pockets of anybody to go play with LeBron James. And if you could win in New York, that's like winning in Los Angeles or Chicago. You will be a hero for life, and even more so than winning at Cleveland or Miami.
If I was going to guess, I would say there's only two places he would go at this point. Boston, because you talked me into it. It makes sense that the Celtics could give up a ton of guys in a trade.
And we've seen guys chase titles. We saw it with Kevin Durant.
Or the Lakers.
Yes.
I still feel like the Lakers have a shot at bringing in LeBron James, especially if Cleveland does not advance to the NBA Finals. I guess maybe even if they do advance to the NBA Finals.
They're going to lose, whoever they play.
Whether it's Houston or Golden State coming out of the West. Yeah, I just don't see Cleveland or Boston beating them. So the writing's on the wall. The Cavaliers are not going to be good forever. And the other teams in the East are getting better. They're catching up. The gap has closed. It might even surpass Cleveland with Boston right now.
Well, and Cleveland is really landlocked. I mean, they're landlocked as far as getting guys. Jordan Clarkson is making $12 million a year. George Hill's making $20 million. Kevin Love's $22 million. J.R. Smith, who's absolutely garbage, is making $15 million a year. Tristan Thompson, 5 points a game, my friend, making $16.5 million. That is ridiculous. They are landlocked. They're not going to get players to come in and play in Cleveland. LeBron James is going to have to play with this core group of guys because no one's going to take those salaries of Tristan Thompson, J.R. Smith, or any of those guys. George Hill, no one wants those contracts. Those guys are going to stay in Cleveland. That's what's going to happen. LeBron James is going to have to play 48 minutes and play the entire time and carry this team if he wants to stay.
Is tonight the end of an era?
Tonight could be the end of an era. If Boston plays well and LeBron James is the only guy in that
But like
team.
you said, Boston doesn't play well on the road. Do you think they
won,
will tonight?
They've won one playoff game on the road this entire playoff run.
Which makes home court advantage so important, I guess, at this
Very
point
important.
of the season.
They're undefeated. They're 10-0 at home in the playoffs, but they haven't won on the road. So right now, if Boston plays a perfect game, LeBron James, they keep him from beating you and make someone else beat you. I don't think Kevin Love can do it. I don't think Tristan Thompson can do it. I don't think Kyle Korver can do it. So there is an outside shot that this could be LeBron's last go-round in Cleveland.
Where's Mo Williams? Where's Boobie Gibson when you need them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just think of it this way. Which team
Knock
is
down
worse?
some shots.
That first team that he brought to the NBA championship?
Anderson Varejao?
Anderson Varejao. He had great
Wasn't
hair.
he on that team?
Yes.
Yeah.
But which team is worse? You look at their star potential on this Cleveland roster, but they're not doing a damn thing.
Wasn't Derrick Rose on the Cavs for a little bit?
Derrick Rose was on the Derrick Rose.
And then Dwayne Wade's gone.
Yes, but Derrick Rose is still in the top 100 famous athletes in the world.
How? I didn't know he was still in the NBA.
Remember, he was waived.
Yeah.
And a former NBA MVP, but they gutted this roster this season to bring in guys like Jordan Clarkson.
What was that first year they got to the NBA Finals?
No, it has to be 8 years ago from now.
Yeah, can you pull up that roster? Because I'd be curious. Because I think it was like Boobie Gibson. Was Mo Williams on that team? Anderson Varejao was the big man. Who was on that Cleveland team? Because my gut, maybe it's because they're just right in front of us right now, is this year's team is worse. But if Kevin Love was like the Kevin Love of the Minnesota Timberwolves, like one of the top players in the game, you see that on paper, you'd be like, okay, that's a pretty darn good team. That's a good 1-2 punch with LeBron James and Kevin Love, and you throw in some guys who can rebound, a Tristan Thompson, a guy who can shoot like a J.R. Smith, a Kyle Korver, George Hill can handle the basketball. You're like, okay, on paper, you're like, yeah, it's not too bad. But when you put them all out there, it's just not working.
No.
I mean, don't get me wrong. They're in the Eastern Conference Finals, so they're not that bad. But compared, I think, to that first team, I would say this one's worse. But who was on that first team? You got it?
Shannon Brown, Boobie Gibson, Drew Gordon, who was at the end of his career, Larry Hughes.
Oh, Drew Gooden.
Was it
Drew Gooden?
Yes, Drew Gooden. Zadrunas Ilgauskas.
He was good.
LeBron James.
Yeah.
Damon Jones. Dwayne Jones. Danielle Marshall. Ira Newble. Sasha Pavlicek. Scott Pollard. Eric Snow.
Scott Pollard.
Anderson Varejao. And David Wesley. A very, very goofy team.
Wait, hold on. That team was worse.
Yes.
That team was worse. I'm sorry. I take back everything I just said. That team was worse than this year's team. At least on paper, right? When you're just looking at the names.
And they finished second in the NBA Central that year. They were 50-32. They were coached by Mike Brown.
Yeah, Mike Brown, Lakers.
Yeah.
Wait, so who finished, I wonder, first in the Central? You said they did not finish first in the Central?
They were second in the NBA Central.
Was it Detroit,
Division.
Maybe? Is Detroit in the Central?
I don't know if I have that.
I'm just curious. But no, after reading all those names, that team was definitely worse than this year's team.
Yes.
And, outside of those Miami powerhouse teams where they, teamed up with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, he hasn't really had great teams in Cleveland.
No.
He's just been great, and he's had enough, parts around him to be just good enough.
Well, last year, the last 2 years, they were pretty darn good. Kyrie Irving was really.
Yeah, you're right. Kyrie Irving was great.
Kyrie Irving is a
the
true
first time
superstar.
he had a sidekick.
Yes. And I want to say he's a true superstar, but didn't want to. He's an NBA. He wants to have his own team. He would have been great in Boston this year. They don't need him this year as much as they thought, but Kyrie Irving was that big superstar that they had, and Kevin Love as well coming in. The potential of Kevin Love from Minnesota, which really hasn't panned out. And I don't think it's so much his fault. It's just he's in a different situation than he was in Minnesota.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. He's out there in Corona, but he'll train you up anywhere. All around the Inland Empire. All sports, all levels, youth, high school, college, trying to make it to the pros. Need a scholarship, trying to make varsity, trying to get a starting job. They can help you, and it doesn't matter the sport either. Baseball, track and field, golf, lacrosse, of course, football, because Ray Bass was a football star at Centennial High School. Check out Boost Performance Training on Instagram and Twitter. By the way, LeBron James, so he was with Miami Heat. He went to the finals 4 times, won it twice. With Cleveland, he's gone twice and won once. So overall, he's 3 wins, 4 losses in the NBA Finals, trying to make it 8 straight trips to the finals. But tonight could be the night.
Could be
at the end of an era. We'll find out. But you got something more?
I do. Jim Clover's going to call in the next segment and wants to talk about the injury to CP3.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we'll talk more of the Western Conference Finals between Golden State and Houston. The injury to Chris Paul. He will not play in Game 6. Plus, a conversation I overheard at the Quakes game last night. And it was not Mike Linskog.
Oh.
Some fans.
Fans.
They were making a ton of sense, and then it went down the drain.
Oh,
it was awful. All right, we'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
I make a mistake, I have 8 different people coming by to tell me about it.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM, every single day from 3 to 6 p.m. right here on the local sports leader, the 909, the 951. But we're not here on Monday. We're taking the day off, aren't we?
Yes.
Memorial Day.
I'm going to float around my pool and think about you, Pep.
Look for UFOs out there in the fee.
You're darn right.
Infested with UFOs
They're
down there.
all over the place.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire. They've got all your sporting gear needs. Lots of equipment, lots of Letterman's jackets, embroidery, screen printing, baseball helmets, cleats. They do it all. So the next time you say, hey, where's my batting gloves? You can just go to Kin Sporting Goods, Horstown, USA, Norco, California. Visit them online, kinsportinggoods.com. They got it all. So, Jim Clover, most famous athletic trainer in the history of the Inland Empire.
He's a Hall of Famer.
He is a Hall of Famer. He's going to join us in a couple of minutes, but real quick, last night I'm at the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes game.
Yes.
Minding my own business.
Yes.
And these guys were talking about potential NBA Finals and what would be the worst case scenario. And one guy said Houston versus Boston because nobody cares about those teams. And I thought to myself, well, he's partially right, partially wrong. He's wrong because Boston is one of the most prominent, traditional, biggest franchises ever.
Yes.
The Celtics.
Fans across the land love Boston.
So he's wrong on that. But the caveat is they don't have any stars. Their stars are hurt. There's no star power on the Celtics team. I'll finish the story because when a Hall of Famer calls, he goes straight to the front of the line. Let's go to the spoiled, quick quality oil change celebrity hotline. The Hall of Famer himself, the great Jim Clover. Jim, how are you today?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Oh, we're just hanging out, talking about Chris Paul's hamstring, trying to break it down. But we need sound medical advice because, you know, Jeff's over here playing doctor, and it's just getting real messy. It's a bad thing.
But he is a doctor. That's what he keeps telling everybody.
But he did stay at a Holiday Inn last night. I mean, he's really smart. All right, so Jim, Chris Paul, guard for the Houston Rockets, formerly of the Clippers, pulled his hamstring. I don't know the severity of the strain or whatnot, but their Game 6 is Saturday. He's not going to play. They already said he's not going to play. Game 7, assuming it goes that far, would be what, Monday night, Jeff?
Monday night. 3 days total after a pulled hamstring.
I mean, what kind of recovery time are we looking at? Is 3 or 4 days long enough to rest up a hamstring?
Well, the question you want to find out is how bad it is. And that is because you got to look at it. It happened the fourth quarter. So did he tear his hamstring or did he pull up with a cramp? And they're calling it a strain. And so you really don't know. I mean, they could be playing this game out.
Yeah, you know what? If you're the Rockets, do you really want to put it out there like, hey, he tore it? Like, or if it's really severe, would you really want to put it out there, or just say, hey, you know what? He strained it. We're going to play it safe and not really put too much information out, for the public.
That would be my guess. Because what he needs really is he needs to go to Ken Sporting Goods and put a neoprene sleeve on it.
Yes, he nailed it. Jim Clover is the best. He's a Hall of Famer. Jim, so let's say it's a middle of the road strain. It's not mild. It's not severe. It's somewhere in the middle.
He's not playing.
He's not playing.
They're going to go back and do an MRI. They're going to put a little PRP on that thing. They're going to do every bit of magic they can find. But the thing is, if he has to run and he pulls off and he moves quick, he's just going to redo it.
Man, that's a great point.
Yeah, I've had a couple hamstring strains, and I think you see them all the time. There aren't too many things more painful than trying to sprint with a hamstring pull or strain. I was telling Pep, I don't think he plays the rest of the series. I think it's
you can't. If he's got like anything from a second degree on, he's done. You can't do it. And they can do all kinds of magic with drugs to try to mask the pain and that kind of stuff because this is the finals, so they're going to pull out everything they possibly can. But if you can't jump and you can't run, and this slows you down, a second, you're not that league of a player.
So if it's bad enough that they're going to hold him out of Game 6, I would be thinking that it's bad enough that he's not going to play in Game 7 either, unless they're already conceding that, hey, we're going to Oakland, we're going to lose to the Warriors on their home floor. We're going to give Chris Paul a couple extra days to rest up so we can come back to Game 7 and win it in Houston. That's the only thing I can think of.
That makes sense.
Man, Chris Paul, we had a text come through and said, yeah, like the sun rising in the east, death and taxes and Chris Paul getting injured. Coach Chaddick out there sent us that one. I guess he's injury prone, Jeff, Chris Paul? A little bit, right?
He is injury prone. He had his share of injuries in L.A. out here, but I'll tell you, I think Chris Chaddick is a big Boston Celtics fan. And, I just don't think he's going to play. I think he's done for the series, and I think as a former player, I think he's probably done for the rest of the playoffs, even if they were to win and go on and be in the finals.
Jim, the only thing they got on their side is if, it's the fourth quarter, and he had some heat stuff going on, and so they're not telling you everything they need to know or everything they want to know.
Jim, what do you think he's doing right now? Like, what kind of treatment do you do for something like that?
Well, they're going to try to keep the length in it as much as they possibly can. My guess would be they try some PRP, which is platelet-rich plasma. That helps heal things. That's taking your own blood out, spinning it around. They have access to everything. They're going to try everything there is. Dry needling, they'll be doing everything they can.
All right, so Chris Paul, man, we don't know if he's definitely not playing Game 6. Assuming Golden State wins, we would have a Game 7, and that one's up in the air. But it sounds like, man, it's kind of a long shot. Would you say, Jim, him playing in a Game 7 for the Western Conference Finals is a long shot?
Yeah, it would be if it is any kind of a real muscle strain. But, as long as he has that line open to Ken Sporting Goods and get that neoprene sleeve, he'll be all right.
He did it again. That's why he's the Hall of Famer. Hey, Jim, by the way, where do you keep all your Hall of Fame stuff at home now that you're in the Riverside Sport Hall of Fame?
I wear it on there. I keep it on the hood of my car.
So everybody knows when you're driving around.
Yeah.
But see, here's the problem. Here's the root of the problem. You ride a bike everywhere. You never drive a car.
So I got to hold it hold it when I do it.
Just grasp
onto my proprioception and balance.
Jim, we appreciate the time, and it was great talking to you, man. It's been too long.
All right, man. Take care.
All right,
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Jim. Jim Clover, man. Nobody knows athletic training like Jim Clover. The face of the IE. That's why he went to the Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Famer.
There was no other person I would have called ever to ask about sports injuries. I can only know so much because, I've been hurt a few times, but we had to hear from an expert, a Hall of Fame expert.
So it sounds like unless it was a mild strain, he's not going to play. No. And if it was a mild strain, don't you think you would play Game 6?
Yes, of course, because you've got to get in that. And the thing is, you want to win as quick as possible because that will give you some, it'll buy you a couple days. So, the World Championships won't start until, the end of next week.
But they must be, this is what I'm assuming. They're saying, you know what? We don't have Chris Paul. We're probably going to lose at Golden State. Let's buy him an extra couple days. We'll just send it to a Game 7. It's fine. We'll send it to a Game 7 back on our home floor in Houston, and fingers crossed he'll be ready to go. But it sounds like unless it's mild, he's not going to be out there.
No, and it does.
Even if he does, he's not going to be full strength.
No, and what they're going to do, and if I am Golden State, what do you think they're going to do defensively to Chris Paul? They're going to go at him every single time, and get what will end up happening is he's either going to get beat defensively or someone's going to help. And guys like Klay Thompson, Steph Curry.
What about this? What if you say, you know what? We're going to double team Harden. Go ahead, CP3, beat us. We know you can't dribble to the rim. You are not 100% beat us.
They'll say we're going to make you shoot jump shots because he can't go by you. He will be an easy target to guard, and he'll be an easy target to attack because you're going to have to show double team whomever he's guarding. And he's their best defender. CP3 is their best defender, and he will guard Steph Curry.
Trevor Ariza's pretty good, right?
But Trevor Ariza cannot guard Steph Curry one-on-one. There isn't anybody on that team other than CP3 that can guard Steph Curry one-on-one.
We've had great moments in sports history where a guy is injured and he comes back. Willis Reed, was it the Knicks, right?
Yes.
Kurt Gibson with the Dodgers. Guys who are injured, they come from out of nowhere and they have this, historical moment that everyone remembers in sports history. Can you imagine if CP3, let's say, goes to a Game 7 in Houston, they say, no, he's not going to play, and here he comes, like, walking out of the tunnel. It's like the game-winning basket.
I mean, it's cool in theory, but, man, hamstrings.
Sounds like a Disney movie. It probably won't happen, but,
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at the guys who would actually have to guard him. Is Eric Gordon going to be able to guard Steph Curry? Is P.J. Tucker or Joe Johnson? Joe Johnson can't guard him, and he's barely played. He's averaging 1.7 points in a playoff.
Joe Johnson, all he did was score anyways.
That is it.
Scoring.
And Trevor Ariza has to guard Klay Thompson, or he's got to guard Kevin Durant. James Harden is a liability on defense. We have seen it all playoffs. They go directly at him. People go by him every time. Possibly the worst defender in the NBA. The Houston Rockets are in trouble. CP3 doesn't play. The Golden State Warriors are going to they're going to be an elite dynasty winning 3 or 4.
4 straight finals, right?
4 straight finals and possibly winning 3.
All right, we'll talk more NBA playoffs and, of course, more on the Rockets and Chris Paul. But I want to go back real quick to that conversation at Rancho Cucamonga.
Yes.
So the guy said, nobody cares about the Rockets or Celtics. And I said, well, I'll give him that only because the Celtics don't have household names. You know what I mean? Like if they had Kyrie Irving, maybe even Gordon Hayward, although maybe people don't know exactly who this guy is. But they don't have superstars on the court right now. But the name, the Celtics, the team, one of the biggest sports teams in the world. So I'm like, what's this guy talking about? And then right after that, they were talking about, they went from TV ratings to baseball. And they're like, a Houston versus Boston NBA Finals would be like, I don't know, the Phillies playing Arizona in the World Series. No one would watch that.
Did they realize that they're in the
Bingo?
They're in the same division.
Bingo. Hey. Yeah, that's what I thought to myself. Okay, well, there went that conversation because this guy has no idea what he's talking about. I would actually like a Rockets versus Celtics NBA Finals. I wouldn't mind that, but don't say nobody cares about him because Houston has James Harden and CP3, 2 of the biggest stars in the game.
Yes.
And Boston might be missing their household names, but they're still the Boston Celtics.
They're like the rabid fans of the Boston Red Sox or the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
The East Coast fans are a different breed. They love their team.
Nuts.
I will say this. Do you know why they had that conversation went downhill so quickly?
Why?
Because it was Thirsty Thursday.
Oh, you know what?
There you go.
I didn't even think about that. You're right. It was Thirsty Thursday. The place was packed. The brew was flowing.
When you're selling 12-cent beers or whatever they sell them for.
If the Phillies played the D-backs, that'd be the worst TV ratings in the World Series. And I got to thinking, wait, what? What is this guy talking about? And I was not eavesdropping. I was sitting there, minding my own business, shooting video. That was it.
You should have interviewed them. You should have put the camera on those guys and put it on the show.
That actually would have been pretty funny, wouldn't
it? Next time this happens.
Or spin around and be like, man, you know what? I totally agree with what you're saying. Can you call and give me that take tomorrow live on the show?
Dude,
that whole Boston, Houston, and Philly, Arizona take?
You got to get him while he's drunk. And they were definitely drunk. Dang it.
All right, we come back here on the Inland Sports Show. We will talk a little Quakes baseball. We're going to talk Dodgers baseball as well. The Halos, they're in action at the Yankees tonight. And there's a pretty big name power hitter that's floating around baseball right now. He has been designated for assignment, meaning he's going to be snatched up by somebody else. Could it be the Dodgers? I'm going to put that name out there. I'm going to tie it to the Dodgers and see what you guys think. We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
So how you guys doing? My name is Coach Ray Bass. We're here at the Boost Performance Center today, and here with the one and only Pep Fernandez, and we're going to go over a real basic vertical jump, all right? We're going to teach you guys the technique and its progression. This is a great drill for really any sports, really emphasizes pure power production through the hips, and power is really important for basically any type of athlete, whether you're a football player, track, soccer, basketball. You know, we all want to be powerful, strong athletes. So we're going to go over that today. All right, so first things first, I'm going to have Jacob go ahead and stand with his feet underneath his hips. So you want to have your toes pointed forward. You want your feet to be about hip width, all right? He's going to have his shoulders flexed, all right, in front of his body. So his arms up in front. Okay, now, the most important part here is what's called a counter movement. And what that is I'm going to throw my shoulders back into extension, all right? I'm going to flex my hips. All right, so the shoulders are going to be flexed and the hips are going to, the shoulders are going to be extended and the hips are going to be flexed. All right, and then we follow that up with shoulder flexion and hip extension. It's got to be really fast. All right, so right now I'm just going to show you the first phase of that. So I want you to, Jacob, I want you to drop your hips into flexion. I want you to throw your arms back into extension when I say go. Ready? Go. Right there. So come up. That's the most important movement there. So after that, it's the landing. All right, so we want to get as high as we can. As I go up, I want to extend through my hips, through my knees, I want my toes pointed up. And when we land, I'm going to land back into that hip flexion, arms extended, and I want to stick the landing. All right, so we're going to go over it now. So now we're going to actually jump here, Jacob. I want to see that counter movement. Go ahead and walk a little bit closer to the hurdle here. We're going to extend on the way up. As we elevate, extend through the hips and the knees, stick the landing, throw the arms into extension. Here we go. Ready? On you.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Hi.
Is Grandma there?
No, she's getting her hair done.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
Early in the morning. Hey, welcome back. It's Friday. It's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. The flagship, the local sports leader, every single day from 3 to 6 p.m., but we don't do weekends. And we got Monday off, too. 3-day weekend for the whole crew. You guys take the day off.
Nice. I can't wait. Take a whole day off. I'm going to float around my pool, drink my Mai Tais.
Your almond cookies?
Eat my almond cookies, slap my kids around. It's going to be a great Memorial Day.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. Memorial Day is a great time to get a new car or truck out there. You can buy, trade, and finance. All the good stuff. And they make it so easy for you. And they got weekly specials. You can save thousands of dollars. Thousands. Keep it in your pocket. At Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. CatalanoCars.com is the website. So we've been talking a lot about Clayton Kershaw. When's he coming back? Is he going to be out there in a Quakes uniform? So remember, the deal is tomorrow he's going to throw a simulated game at Dodger Stadium. They're saying about 4 innings. Depending how that feels, how it goes, we could see Kershaw back in the Dodgers rotation as early as probably like the back end of next week when the Dodgers are playing the Phillies. But he might go on a rehab assignment first. So I'm just saying, Mike Lindskog might get a call late Saturday night on Sunday and say, get that Clayton Kershaw uniform ready. He's coming out there. Or he might not. So the Dodgers, we just don't know. But depending how the simulated game goes on Saturday, they'll either just reinsert him into the Dodgers starting rotation or they'll send him out on a brief rehab assignment before rejoining the big league club. Don't know if it's Rancho Cucamonga. Don't know if they'll even do it. But if you're a Quakes fan or a Dodgers fan, you're out here in the IE, definitely follow the Quakes on Twitter and Instagram because they'll let you know first and you can get out there and see Clayton Kershaw pitching. Because he's done it before. He's rehabbed with Rancho Cucamonga.
Now, he probably only rehabbed one start, though, I would imagine.
I'd imagine. Let's say he was going to start for the Dodgers on Thursday or Friday next week. He could start. If we threw a simulated game Saturday, maybe like Monday. Will you pull up the Quake schedule? Who they got Monday? Memorial Day is an afternoon game.
Yes. 1:50 in the afternoon.
It's IE. Is it still in San Bernardino? But that is an afternoon game. I think that's like a 2:05 first pitch right here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. So, that could be, if he was going to rehab, that could be the day, like a Monday or Tuesday early next week. Set him up to pitch next Friday or Saturday. But that's still a quick turnaround. So who do they have on Monday?
They have Lake Elsinore.
At home?
At home at 2:05.
Because, listen, they're not going to send Clayton Kershaw to Visalia.
No.
They're not going to send him to Stockton. They're not going to send him some crazy place.
No.
If the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes are at home and Clayton Kershaw needs a rehab assignment, I would be stunned if they didn't send him to Rancho Cucamonga. Do they want to send him to like AAA Oklahoma City? No. Rancho Cucamonga's right there. I can throw a rock and almost hit it from here. It's right there.
He could be there.
And he's done it before. So they know the drill out there at Lone Mart Field. So, again, fingers crossed. That'd be pretty cool to see. Keep your eyes on the social media platforms for the Quakes because it could happen very soon. The Dodgers taking on the Padres tonight. The Halos taking on the Yankees in the Bronx as they continue that East Coast swing out there. Now, going back to the Dodgers, they've been playing Cody Bellinger out in center field. And your guy, Jeff, one of your favorite players, Max Muncy.
Chuck?
Could be, but they call him Max. Maybe Max is the nickname. They're playing Max Muncy out there at first base, and Cody Bellinger's in center field because the rumor is, if you believe that we did not land on the moon, you might also believe that the Dodgers are in the market for a new first baseman.
Okay.
They'll put Bellinger out in center field, leave him there, and go out and find a new first baseman. Well, an old friend is back on the market, or about to be. An old friend of the Dodgers, and I'm not talking about Manny Ramirez. I'm not talking about Rafael Palmeiro this time, although that'd be a good fit. He's 53 years old. He can still swing it. He can swing it. You guys laugh at me, but he can swing it. You guys are all going to owe me an apology. Hanley Ramirez former Dodger, currently with the Red Sox, but not for long. He has been designated for assignment. So either they're going to assign him to a minor league team, which is not going to happen. He's a star. Or someone else is going to come and get him. And I'm just saying, he knows how to play first base. When he first came up, he was like a middle infielder. Shortstop, maybe second base a little bit, but he was like a shortstop. But now he's put on some muscle. He's put on some strength. He can play the corners. He can play first base. He can bring a bat to the lineup. Could the Dodgers make a play for Hanley Ramirez?
Well, he is an old friend, but here is the problem.
What's the problem, Jeff?
The caveat is the Red Sox still owe him $15 million for the rest of this season, and they're on the hook for $22 million in 2019.
Whoa, Hanley Ramirez's agent deserves a big raise. How did he do that?
They said it is one of the 2 worst contracts in Red Sox history.
What's the other worst one? No, hold on. Let me think about this. There's got to be someone recently that they brought in and stunk it up. Is it a recent guy? Do they mention it in that story you're reading?
Trying
to think, because who'd they bring in? Wasn't Adrian Gonzalez? Wasn't he?
No. Pablo Sandoval.
Oh!
5 years, $95 million guaranteed.
Man. Listen, the Kung Fu Panda is a genius. He got a ton of money.
Unbelievable. So, yeah, the Red Sox are in a kind of a conundrum because they are on the hook for $15 million. If he hits 497 plate appearances this year, he already has 195. They will have to pay him $28 million next year.
That's a lot of money for a guy who's pretty mediocre at this point.
So by releasing him or designating him for assignment, they're only on the hook for $22 million rather than extra $6 million in 2019. So in order for them to possibly release him, buy him out, they have dropped him for assignment.
Wow.
I don't know if anybody can take on that kind of contract. He might have to just not play the rest of the year, be released, and then paid. It could be really ugly for Hanley. It's not ugly for him. He's going to collect money regardless.
Yes.
But really, really bad for the Boston Red Sox.
He's going to get cash. Pablo Sandoval is currently with the Giants. Hey, real quick, this guy's super busy, but we want to get his take because I'm a Northern California guy. We are all Kings fans. I don't know a lot of Warrior fans, but this guy loves his Warriors like he loves Golden State. Key West from 99.1.
In the building.
You love the Warriors. Do you still love them today?
I'm going to keep it real simple. Dubs and 7. That's how much I love the Warriors. That's how much I still believe after those 2 real ugly games. They're still going to do it in 7. I still believe they got a chance.
Listen, CP3 is not playing Game 6.
Go Warriors.
So Golden State wins on their home floor, right?
They should. Yeah, there's no excuse.
They
there's
better.
No Chris Paul.
They got to win in Oakland. But now it goes back to Game 7. What was it? Monday night, right, Jeff?
Monday night.
7? Okay, Game 7 Monday night in Houston. With or without CP3, does it matter to you? They beat Houston, right?
Well, Chris Paul on one leg. We're going to be rolling the dice, though, in Houston. It's going to be tough. But if we play our game, keep the turn. We had 18 turnovers last night. That is atrocious.
That's ugly.
Not to mention Draymond's fumbling the ball at the last play.
But I will say this. When you don't have, and I think the part of the Hampton 5.
Hampton 5, yeah.
You're without Andre Iguodala. Andre Iguodala is the guy that really is the glue to that defense. He can guard guys. He can hit open shots. And when you don't have him and you have that thin Golden State bench, remember the last few years, that Golden State bench was great. Now they're very, very short. They got Swaggy P as one of their bench guys.
Oh, yeah.
Part of the bench mob.
Yeah, good old Swaggy.
If you got to go to Swaggy P and you don't have Andre Iguodala, you can't go to JaVale McGee because he can't guard a soul in the post, then you're in trouble. But if you don't have CP3, I agree with Key here. I think Golden State wins in 7.
Also, we're supposed to get Iguodala back, I think, next game, right?
You're supposed to.
Okay, definitely 7. So we can say, is it safe to say, even if they rest him for 6, which I think they should,
yes,
keep him healthy for 7, that's going to change up a lot of things. They're asking a lot from Looney. He can't keep up with Chris Paul and Harden. He keeps getting one-on-ones, and they're just going right by him every single time. So I think if you got Iguodala back, Chris Paul on one leg, we got a good chance.
Because you're right. Even if CP3 plays, he's not going to be 100%.
And limping ain't easy. He's going to be doing a whole lot of it, man. So we'll see. We should just have a good of a chance of any, but as long as we play our game, because if we play as sloppy as we did the last 2 games, we're going to be in trouble because Rockets are a good team.
And when did you ever think that you would see a Houston Rockets, Golden State Warriors, 2 games in a row, both teams score under 100 points?
Never thought I'd see that. Yeah, they've been some real ugly games for the Rockets as well. They've been playing bad also.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it? Harden, he made, a whole lot of nothing from 3-point.
He's been awful.
He's not been good.
No, he hasn't been. In fact, if Houston won, I know you don't want to hear that, Key. Like, CP3 would have been the MVP of the series, I think, over Harden right now.
And you know what the hardest part is? I used to live in Houston, so I got a lot of friends. I lived in Houston for 4 years, the radio out there. So I got a lot of friends, and I got friends that actually work for the Rockets that are just giving me hell right now. They are loving it, man. But we'll see.
But you're not moping the halls here. You still feel good, man. You love G-State.
We're the champs, man. Like, look, if Durant, Curry, or Thompson was injured, I'd be like, oh, damn. They're healthy. They're capable of doing better. I think we got a chance, man. And with Chris Paul being injured, I'm a little bit more cheerful today. Yeah, that sucks. I know that's kind of a shady thing to say.
He's the biggest Warriors fan we know.
Well, we had a Hall of Famer sports medicine guy on the show just a few
20 minutes ago, yeah,
and said that he doesn't think Chris Paul is going to be able to play at all for the rest of the series.
And I hate to win that way because it's kind of cheap to win that way with injuries. But
take the win.
Whatever. Right?
Hey, they're part of the game. Part of the game. Sorry, that's how it goes, man. But we'll see what happens next game. Take it 1 game at a time. But we'll be good. Dubs of 7.
Key, we appreciate it, brother.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
Run back down the hallway. 99.1 KGGI Key West. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, we'll update those CIS Southern Section playoff scores, UCR baseball in action tonight, and a lot more. We'll be right back. It's your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
How you guys doing today? Coach Ray here from Boost Training. We're here today at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's Boost Training tip is all about strength. And of course, it's very specific to speed. We're talking about the single leg supported low squat. Come check it out. So when it comes to athletic performance, and more specifically speed, it's all about the ability to generate force. It's all about being nice and strong. Now, running is a single leg motion. So it makes sense that you have to have a great foundation of strength. You gotta have single leg strength. So this exercise really works on that single leg strength here with the deep bend and the hips, the knees, and the ankles. So what Mike is gonna do is gonna have an open hand grip, all right? He's gonna get nice and tight to the rack. He's gonna be doing this, he's gonna have his right foot on the ground. He's gonna flex his left knee, all right? He's gonna lower himself nice and easy. He's gonna tap that left knee on the ground and then come up. Now go ahead and do a couple reps here, Micah. All right, so what we want here is we really want to emphasize pushing that left foot in the ground, that right foot in the ground and not pulling himself up, which is why we have the open hand grip. And as I mentioned before, really getting that deep bend in the ankles, the knees, and the hips, just as if we were sprinting. So if you're not doing this exercise, you really want to add it to your repertoire because it's a great drill for building speed and generating force. We do it right here at Boost.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're here every single day from 3 to 6 p.m. live and amplified on the Inland Sports channel as well. There's a good chance if you're listening to the show, you're stuck in traffic. That Memorial Day, it's bad out there, isn't it? It's real bad. Times are hard right now in the IE.
Stop it.
Doesn't matter, the 91, the 60, the 215, the 15, 71, was it 71, 73?
Yeah.
71. Times are hard. That's why you, yeah.
It's, you know, we haven't talked about the biggest thing of the last month.
The biggest thing of the last month?
And we didn't even talk about it yet.
It's got to be spoiled. Quick quality oil change. You'll spoil yourself and your car when you go get the oil changed every 3,000 or 5,000 miles or 3 months. You can just go in there every week if you want. It's spoiled. Quick quality oil change. You're stuck in traffic right now thinking, man, I really need to get the oil changed. Go to Spoiled. All right, Jeff, what's the biggest thing besides Spoiled?
Solo.
Oh, Solo.
Dude, I went and saw it last night. We haven't even talked about it.
Because I don't want to hear you talk about it, Jeff.
Why?
Because I want to go in there with a clean conscience
Forget your
I don't want to
conscience.
know about anything. I don't want to feel guilty if I hear anything. I just want to go in there and enjoy the movie.
No, I have to tell you this. You know, you and I were both very, very down about The Last Jedi.
No, I was distraught.
Remember what I said yesterday? If they lose me with Solo, I was out, Jerry.
We needed Solo to hit a grand slam. We needed Han Solo, the new Solo movie, to come to the plate with the bases loaded, down by 3, and hit one out. A walk-off grand slam. We needed Han Solo to be big time, to save the season.
And I'll tell you what, I was going into the movie thinking, wasn't really excited about it. And then all of a sudden I saw the crawl. Not the crawl, but the thing that opens.
Don't say too much.
No, I'm just going to tell you. No.
Jeff, you already
in a galaxy far, far away. The opening credit says, the once in a galaxy. They sat down. No, they didn't play it.
What?
They ended
Jeff,
up.
no, why are you saying this?
They did
I'm
play
leaving.
it. They did play it though.
I'm done.
They did play that song when he first flew the Falcon.
Jeff, I'm leaving. Listen, there's 50 minutes of the show.
No, I have to tell you.
You got it.
I won't. It's spoiler free. I have to tell you. I have to sell it. I have to sell it.
I'll see you guys Tuesday.
Okay,
man.
listen.
Take Monday off.
Listen. Oh, guys.
Now, if you had your car,
oh my gosh.
Can you imagine?
But can I just?
Oh
man,
I'm leaving. Go ahead.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
You're back?
I damn near cried. And I don't cry very much, but man, when Han Solo meets Chewbacca, the mighty Chewbacca, oh my gosh, it was fantastic. It was old school Star Wars. And that dude that played Han Solo, when I saw the last scene of that movie and I saw his fresh, cute face, I said, that SOB is Harrison Ford, and he is Han Solo. You Star Wars fans, go see it tonight. Go see it tomorrow. See it again. That movie is legit.
How was our Orlando Calrissian?
Lando Calrissian. Pretty cool. He did a great Billy D. Williams impression. That's what it was. It was an impression of Billy D. Williams. But that damn Han Solo and that Chewbacca.
Isn't Chewie the star? Isn't Chewie the real star?
Well, I don't know. I have to go with Han. Han was good, but Chewbacca, the mighty Chewbacca.
You say Han or Han?
It was Han or Han. Han or Han. No.
No, it's pretty sure it's
because
Han.
sometimes they do call him Han.
In the movie they do?
Yeah.
D, why do you say that? I'm leaving.
I
can't take it
Can I ask you what planet was this all taking place on?
They went to Carillion. Where they made the Carillion cruisers.
Okay.
All of the big Imperial Star Destroyers. They show them being built. It is amazing. It is awesome. It was like going to church. It was just like church. There was nothing better. I was like, oh my gosh. But there's twists. There's turns. There are mentions of former Star Wars characters. There are mentions of characters that were beyond, that were part of the cartoons. And there is a cameo in this movie that will blow your socks right the hell off. Fantastic. I saw it. I had the hair on my arm stood up, and I got the goosebumps. And people were like, oh, because when that man or whatever it was showed up on screen,
I'll see you Tuesday.
It was magic. It was electric. It was like winning the World Series. It was fantabulous. And guess what? There's going to be another one of those movies, and I'm going to be the first guy in line. Is that enough? Do you want to know who the guy was?
No, I don't.
Do you want to know the twist?
Listen, you've done the show before.
I have.
You guys can finish it out strong.
I'm going to talk about. I will go all spoilers.
You better not.
I will. Because if you walk out here, I'm going to spoil you.
I've already got on YouTube and Twitter and all those things, and people are like tweeting out links like, "Hey, a spoiler review of Han Solo." And there's a little part of me that says, "Oh, what's it going to hurt? Just see what the story's about." I can't do it.
I did it. I read the spoilers beforehand. And even when I went into the movie theater, I was a little disappointed. But when I saw the movie, I was like, holy cow. And I think they're going to intertwine these stories in with the current ones. And I think it's going to be a good flow. I'm hoping that J.J. Abrams will fix Ruin Johnson's last movie. And I ranked all of my movies, all of them, on Twitter last night.
So when you got out of the Solo movie,
I cried.
Was your head still spinning about Star Wars, or did you find out about Chris Paul and the hamstring? Like, what was the order of events in the Gorham household?
The order of events was I got in my car, and the first person I called was not my wife, was not my 12-year-old. My first call was to you, Pep, and what did I say? What was my text?
You said, call me.
And you called
me. That was it. 2 words.
Call me. And you called me immediately.
And I thought, you know what? It's either really good or it's really bad. You were going to be on the other end of the phone saying, Pep, I am so depressed. I am so underwhelmed. I've given up on life and Star Wars.
There is nothing better than going into something you're not expecting it to be great and walking out damn near tears in your eyes, goosebumps. And I wanted to share with the world that Star Wars is back and in a big way.
So Harrison Ford would give it thumbs up.
Harrison Ford, I forgot who that guy is. This new guy, this new actor
is the new hand.
Han or Han or whatever.
Han Solo.
I'm telling you, he was perfect. When I saw his the face of Han Solo with Chewie, the last part of the movie, I looked up and I said, "That's Harrison Ford right there. That's a young Harrison Ford."
Did he just spoil the whole ending?
No, I didn't. Why?
All right, guys,
Why? They were standing there.
Tuesday,
hey, but I honestly think this. I'm going to push for this. I think that
what are you going to push
I
for?
think he should be the new Indiana Jones. I think he should be because he is so good as Harrison Ford playing Han Solo that he would be perfect as the new Indiana Jones.
So how many minutes in the movie did you decide about Harrison Ford, the guy that played him?
Like, at what point did you forget?
When I saw the red line on his black pants.
Wait, what?
You know how Han Solo.
I don't want to know what he's wearing.
He wears his iconic outfit. I mean, that's the Han Solo we all love. When you see that stripe down there and you see those boots and that gun hanging on his hip, that's when I said, this guy's got it. He's got some kind of magic, that guy. I don't know his name, but he's going to be a household name. And if anybody who says they don't like the movie, you're stupid. You're just stupid.
Solo's kind of like the Boston Celtics. Not a lot of big star power.
No.
But they're
Chewbacca.
But they're surprisingly very good.
Unbelievable. Woody Harrelson is great in the movie.
He's probably the biggest name, right?
Yeah, but he has really bad hair. The one thing I will say about Woody Harrelson is he had rotten hair. But the girl from Game of Thrones, the Khaleesi, the blonde girl?
I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Well, you know who she is. That's the blonde one, the dragon
I know who
queen.
she is in this movie.
The dragon queen.
Kira, or what her name is?
Yeah, I don't know.
Kira?
But the dragon queen is smoking hot in this movie, and she was fantastic. And I can't wait to see her, Han Solo, and Chewie in another movie. It's going to be great. I can't wait for part 2, part 3.
This is a spoiler-free edition of the Inland Sports Show, Jeff. Go no further.
No, I can't. I'm too excited.
I think I'm going to go see it on Sunday.
No, you better go see it tonight because I'm going to spoil it everything.
If I see you calling, I'm not going to answer it.
I'm going to text you. I'm going to go on your Twitter feed. No. I'm going to ruin it for you. Get to see it. Take your daughters. It's a great family movie. I'm taking Fast Johnny and Smedberg, and we're going to go.
The whole gang.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
All right, when we come back here, we'll have some updated playoff scores from the CIF Southern Section postseason for baseball and softball, plus more NBA talk and Major League Baseball scores from this afternoon when we come back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. We're brought to you by our good friends at Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs and Letterman's jackets. They can do team sales, too. They do it all. Get cleats, mitts, bats, kensportinggoods.com. So, in the radio world, I've hit what you call a wall. It's Friday. I'm tired. The coffee has ran out.
Take off your shirt,
I'm
Pep.
battling.
It's hot. Take off your shirt.
I'm sweating.
Take off your
It's
shirt.
a battle. Why do you want me to take off my shirt so bad?
Just so I can laugh. Take it off.
Why?
Because you're hot. It'll wake you up. No, you got to go shirtless so we can all giggle in here.
Why do you want me shirtless so bad?
Pep, we need you shirtless. Get you off that wall.
Hey, the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association All-Star Game is coming up. The top seniors in the Inland Empire will be at San Manuel Stadium Friday, June 8th. Hope you'll join us. We'll have it live on the Inland Sports Channel. In fact, Coach Ponce from Arroyo Valley High School. He is the head coach for the San Bernardino All-Stars, and I just saw the roster. Lots of great ones. It's headlined by Brian Landon, the All-American at Redlands High School, going to Cal State Fullerton. They're all out there, all the big ones.
He played in our All-Star basketball game.
That's right. He's the All-American.
He is everyone's All-American.
I think he was in the IE All-Star class, too.
Get the hell out of here. He was in all three?
You know what? He was. It just kind of hit me right now.
He is Mr. World.
Wasn't he in the football?
You know what? I don't know. I'll have to find out, but he might have been.
Pretty sure he was.
Holy
He played in all three. So all the big names are out there. Devin Lopez, the shortstop, the pitcher from Cajon. He's going to San Diego State. I haven't seen the Riverside County All-Stars yet, but that's San Bernardino County. We're excited about it.
Well, who's the coach of the Riverside County?
I don't know.
He better get on Twitter.
I don't know. We'll have to find that out. Hey, right now, if you go to the Inland Sports website as well, we got a full recap of that big Ukaipa softball game against Huntington Beach.
Walk off, Jay.
Brought the game. Norco won. They are in the semifinals in Division I.
Do we have a picture of Daryl on the website?
I'm working on it.
Come on.
Efforting.
Come on, man.
I'm working on it.
He's the best, that Daryl Trujillo.
I will make it happen. It will happen soon. I promise.
I always, you know what? I take my hat off to him and give him a hand because that guy works his butt off.
He works harder than anyone else around here.
Anyone.
All right.
Hands on.
So today's the quarterfinals of the CIF Southern Section Baseball Playoffs. Some of the scores beginning to trickle in. I saw one of them in Division III. Redlands already up against San Dimas by a score of 5-0.
You don't want any San Dimas. Take your water park and get the hell out of Redlands.
Take your Bill and Ted and get out.
Woo! Get out of here. Redlands champ. Woo!
There's a potential semifinal game of Redlands versus Arlington in the D3 semis. If they both win today, that would be a match made in heaven. Inland Empire baseball fans would lose their minds.
Lions have a tendency to eat bulldogs. Bulldogs become bigger and play the Lions and defeat them.
They're the Terriers, but the Bulldogs are close. U of R's the Bulldogs.
Oh, that's
Terriers, Bulldogs,
Terrier.
close.
Wait, a terrier like a small terrier dog?
Like a little small terrier.
Ah, yeah, they got no chance against a lion.
Against
a lion, that's an hors d'oeuvre. An hors d'oeuvre if you're a lion.
All right, so we'll keep an eye on those scores. If we get any more, we'll definitely punch them up here on the channel and talk about them here on the Inland Sports Show. We got UC Riverside taking on Cal Poly. The middle game of the final series of the season. They lost 4-2 last night. The Highlanders, that is. They'll try to get the Mustangs tonight out there at the Plex. And, Jeff, something I wanted to mention. This was pretty funny.
What?
For some reason, it really struck a chord with me. So, LSU, Louisiana State University, their baseball team was in one of these regional postseason tournaments. I got to pause it right here. They're in this tournament.
Yes.
Postseason play, right?
Yes.
So they got a guy on the mound, and he's cruising along. His name is Todd Peterson. He's a pitcher. And he's got it locked in on the mound. He is fantastic. And the coach says, you know what? We're in extra innings. We need a base. We got ducks on the pond. We got men on board. I think I'm going to have to pinch hit for you because we need to bring these guys around. We're in extra innings. I don't know when this game's going to end. We got to win it right here. But this pitcher who was locked in, he went 5 innings. He was cruising along for LSU, the Bengal Tigers. He said, Coach, Listen, I know you got the winning run on base, but here's the deal. Back in high school, I used to hit dingers. I mean, lots of bombs. Oppo bombs, pull bombs, center field bombs. Lots of dingers, lots of taters, lots of jingles. Lots of them. So the manager for LSU, he was persuaded. The pitcher, what's his name, Todd Peterson?
I don't know.
Todd Peterson. Yep, it's Todd Peterson.
Hit bombs.
He said, Coach, I can hit bombs. Don't pinch hit for me because I'm a great hitter, and if for some reason I don't bring them around, I'll send me back out to the mound. I'm cruising along. I got this. I'm locking them down. I don't know who they're playing, but he was locking them down. But the coach said, go for it. So old Todd Peterson from LSU, the pitcher who's cruising along on the mound, goes to the plate and hits a 2-run double. Knocks in the game-winning run.
Yeah! Nice job, Todd!
So after the game, they're like, wow, pitchers normally don't hit for themselves in college.
No.
Why did the coach let you hit? And he said, I went to the coach and said, listen, I hit bombs. I hit dingers. I hit taters. Let me hit. Problem is, Todd lied to everybody.
He lied?
Todd has not had an at-bat since 8th grade.
Whoa! What?
And he had the game-winning hits for LSU in their playoff game. Let's play a little bit. Here's Todd Peterson in a post-game interview. He was the hero. He's a liar, but he's also the hero.
He's a liar.
He's a liar, but he's also a hero.
I mean, I'm a pitcher. Why not swing as hard as I can? I got nothing to lose.
What did Paul Maneri tell you before you walked up there?
Well, I mean, at first, he said, just go up there, don't swing the bat, don't do anything. And then it changed the pitch, and I was like, he's getting scared out there. He's like, yeah, did you ever hit in high school? I go, I hit bombs. He's like, all right, let's swing away.
I hit bombs? No, he never hit bombs. Come to find out, he never hit in high school. He's always been a pitcher. But he was the hero. He's a liar, but he's a hero.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, man, in the SEC tournament, he did this.
This is big. This is not some rinky-dink, like NAIA school from Iowa we haven't heard of.
No.
This is SEC baseball.
Wowzers.
Todd Peterson. Jeff, have you ever been in that situation
where
you maybe embellished a little bit?
Every single day of my life, Pep. Every day I wake up and look in the mirror, I go, man, you're good looking. Man, you could hit some bombs. Every single day, Pep. Every day I embellish.
Oppo bombs, pull bombs, like when you pull the ball.
Yeah.
Cage bombs. It's just funny. It's just, again, I could just picture that moment where, again, this is a playoff game. This is a very tense situation for the coach to come over and say, listen, we're going to have to pinch hit for you because we need to win the game now. And he's like, no, coach, I got this. Because the coach probably recruited him.
Yeah.
But he told him straight to his face, oh, no, man, I got this. I used to hit all the time in high school. I'm actually a really good hitter, coach. You didn't know this about me, but I'm a really good hitter.
Do you think he'll ever let him hit again?
Probably. Wouldn't you?
No.
He's the hero.
I wouldn't want to hit ever again. You win an SEC tournament game to win and move on.
Because your legend has grown so big that you're like, I'm done.
Hey,
it's a walk-off shot.
LSU is a top 20 program. They've been in the World Series several times. That is an incredible story, but what a lying sack of... Wow.
And I love his interview. He's so, nonchalant. He sounds like he's from Santa Monica. Like, all he does is surf all day. He's like, oh, man, I just told the coach. I was like, I'll just swing away, man, because I hit bombs.
But aren't baseball players the craziest of all people?
Oh, yeah, that's why we love them.
And I don't think people understand, because not a lot of people go to high school baseball or college baseball, because it is the glam sports are basketball,
soccer,
football, football, soccer's
soccer.
down there. But golf. The glam sports are, they go watch those games.
Yeah.
And you're not really unless you're involved in the game, you don't hear it. But you go to a college baseball game, they're nuts.
I was at UC Riverside last night shooting video for Diamond Daily on IEMG TV. Hope you'll check that out. I'm standing right beyond the UC Riverside dugout. And when the guys take the field, and the guys in the dugout are yelling to the guys on the field, they've all got nicknames. There's inside jokes. They're wearing their hats funny. They're taking the little paper cups and making little horns and towers on their head. Like, they're just nuts.
Yeah, baseball guys are crazy. But UC Riverside is the worst. The worst, but in a good way. You go watch them play, and you really have a hard time watching the game because have a tendency to look over at the dugout because they're saying such outrageous things.
A long time ago, we used to be on Saturdays. We graduated. We made it to the big time, but we had a guy named Drake Zarate on the show from UC Riverside Baseball. And I remember he gave us one of the most famous lines ever uttered inside the Inland Sports Studio. We said, Drake, I read on your bio you like to hunt. And he says, oh, yeah, the pigs are running in Norco. To this day, we always use that joke. The pigs are running in Norco.
I think I've heard that before.
Yeah, up in the hills in Norco. Oh, you can go out there, and the pigs are running. They're with the lizard men.
The lizard folk.
The lizard men.
Hey.
And the Grays.
Somebody sent me, one of you ding-dongs.
Wasn't me.
It might have been Greg. Somebody sent a picture of a werewolf that was killed.
Is that real?
Yes. A werewolf.
Oh, man. We're going to go coast to coast on you if you don't watch it.
There was, I think Greg sent me a picture last night or this morning of a bear/wolf laying in the back of a truck.
I got to see this. You have it? I got to see this.
It was one of the craziest things I ever saw. And that's my next hunt is going to be, it looked like maybe a chupacabra. El Chupacabra.
All right, we come back. The Major League Baseball scores from this afternoon.
Oh, yeah. Angels are playing right now.
Plus, I got a question for Jeff because I want to know who's going to step up for CP3. Who's going to be that guy? That's a werewolf.
That is a werewolf.
Oh, my gosh. That's definitely a werewolf.
That is a werewolf.
I'm going to examine this in the break.
You need to put this on the Inland Sports.
That's a werewolf.
That's a werewolf. We talk werewolves. That's a werewolf.
Is that from the set of the Han Solo movie? Is that real? That's a real thing?
No, but there are some big dogs in the Han Solo movie.
Stop! I'm leaving. I don't want to hear anything else. You can finish the show. I'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Big teeth.
We'll be right back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Chewbacca, the mighty Chewbacca.
Jeff Gorham.
We are back here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We appreciate you joining us here on this Friday. We're going strong. We're going to finish strong and get you into the weekend. We're brought to you by Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. They're out there grinding. If you're not grinding, somebody else is. They're going to pass you up on the starting lineup or a scholarship, or even worse, maybe you won't turn pro.
No.
Not trying to strike fear in your hearts, but you need to go to Boost Performance Training so you can be the best. Get that Letterman, that patch, put it on your jacket and walk around. Be the cool guy or gal in your school because you're so good at your sport because you went to Boost Performance Training. Follow them on Instagram. Follow them on Twitter. They'll train you in any sport at any level. Boost Performance Training. All right, so we're going to get Major League Baseball scores and the Dodgers lineup. I think the Halos either scored or they're in the lead or something. Jeff's very excited over in the corner.
Oh, they were losing.
They're losing.
No, they're not now.
Oh, okay.
They were losing 1-0 in the fifth inning.
1-0.
But Mike Trout steps up to the plate and hits a solo shot.
Han Solo?
He hit a Han Solo shot. And I'll tell you what, Mike Trout is starting to heat up. He's now at 300. He is the man, the myth, the legend, and it is 1-1 middle of the fifth versus the New York Yankees.
And that should be home run number 16, which would tie him for the Major League lead once again.
Oh, yes, it is. And I'll tell you what, they're going to win. They've won 3 of 4. If they win tonight, 4 of 5, and they're going to take down the mighty Yankees.
Solo.
I'm really excited about that Han Solo.
Oh,
you should be
that
too.
Han Solo guy. All right, so the Angels and the Yankees in action right now. We'll take a look at some of the other Major League Baseball scores as well, but I got the Dodgers lineup as well.
Doyers.
You ready for this?
I'm ready, Pep.
It's another juicy one. It's Dave Roberts. He does it again. You like this lineup? Let me take a quick glance at it. Yeah, I'm more on. Okay, all right. I'm more on board with this one than the last we've seen the last couple of weeks, last 2 weeks. Okay, here we go. Dodger fans out there, stop what you're doing. Unless you're sitting in traffic, then you're already stopped. Chris Taylor playing short and leading off. So he's back at shortstop where he belongs. No, he belongs in center field, I would say.
Yes.
Never mind. But he's hitting leadoff. Justin Turner, they move him up. He's now hitting second in the lineup. He's the Mike Trout of the Dodgers. JT hitting second, playing third base. Hitting third, Matt Kemp, out in left field. Your cleanup hitter for tonight, Kike Hernandez playing in center field and cleanup. Kind of a surprise. Hitting fifth, Yasiel Puig. He's been hot, right? So they moved him up in the lineup. So Yasiel Puig hitting fifth, followed by Bellinger at first base. Put him back at first. Old Muncie's out. Bellinger's at first. Forsythe at second. Austin Barnes getting the start behind the dish, the Riverside Poly Bear.
There's a couple times here this week he's been behind the dish.
And on the mound, Ross Stripling for the Dodgers. So that's more, I don't know, more normal, realistic? What would you call it? Because last couple of weeks, man, these guys have been all over the lineup. This is the championship lineup? What about, who are we missing? Yasmani Grandal? That's about it. Other than that's your lineup.
But they have no pitchers right now.
Well,
Bueller.
Kenta Maeda's been great.
Maeda's been good, but you got no Ryu. You've got
Hyunjin
no
Ryu
Kershaw.
has meat off the bone.
Meat like a chicken bone.
Was the hammy?
That was a groin.
Oh, it's groin. That's even worse. That's higher up.
Yeah, that's
on the inside.
That's right next to your junk.
Yeah,
that's horrible.
Meat off the bone on Ryu. Clayton Kershaw.
Rich Hill's got bad fingers still.
What's up with Rich Hill's blisters?
He's a weirdo. Weirdos get blisters. He's got very sensitive skin. He uses a lot of Pond's skin. You know what they used to do?
Is that what it is?
You know what you're supposed to do when you have blisters? This is going to sound really gross. Do you know this? Do you know this? I'm sure some of you know.
I don't.
You're supposed to pee on your blisters.
Oh, yeah. Moises Alou.
Yeah, Moises Alou used to pee on himself in the shower to get rid of his blisters.
For athlete's feet.
Athlete's foot? You know what? I don't have any athlete's foot, but tonight when
You're going to do it anyways?
I'm going to go in my backyard. I'm going to just go pee on my feet and my hands. Just see if it makes my hands tougher.
Nice and soft. Supple hands.
Because I do have I have feet like Jesus. They're very soft. They're perfect, and I have very soft hands. No, I can't walk in water, but I have very soft feet. People look at my feet and they go, "Oh my God."
Have you ever thought about being a foot model?
No, because they're too big, but they're really, really soft.
Wait.
But my hands are really soft.
I saw on Instagram Shaq's feet, and they were horrible.
Oh, he's got bunions and yeah. But see, my feet are so soft and supple that I really have no need to pee on my feet. I could see if R. Kelly would like to pee on my feet. I'll call up R. Kelly and see if he wants to pee on my blisters if I ever get them. But no, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to pee on your hands when you have hand blisters. All those baseball players makes your hands tough and rough. I don't want to do that though.
Remember, we've had some high school baseball playoff updates. We said Redlands is up on San Dimas 5-zip, right?
I have a new one.
I got one
CIF,
too. Is it Arlington? Oh, okay, go ahead. You go first.
Here it is. Daryl Trujillo says in a CIF Division 4.
Where's he at? Is he at a game today?
He's all over the place.
Okay.
In a quarterfinal baseball game, number 10 Hemet defeats number 2 Gran Turismo 4-3 in extra innings.
Wait, Hemet beat Gran Terrace?
They did.
Gran Terrace was one of the top-ranked teams in D4.
They were number 2. But it says story coming at inlandsportswordpress.com.
Yeah, Daryl.
Daryl Trujillo.
Out there in. Every time I see the word Hemet, city Hemet, you know how I want to say it?
Hemet?
No, I want to say it. He-Met. Like He-Man. Remember the old
Are
He-Man
you a He-Man?
cartoon? He-Man. I go He-Met.
Smetty has been watching He-Man nonstop.
She loves it, doesn't she?
Right now, she's been watching it.
Fallen in love with He-Man.
With Castle.
And Adam. Adam was the alter ego before he found the power of Grayskull. He was Adam.
But, I'm starting to think that she likes those kind of guys because she loves Thor.
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren's just ugly.
Kylo Ren.
He's just an ugly human. But she likes Thor and she loves He-Man. So right now, all the kids are watching He-Man every night, all the time.
It's a great childhood.
I never got into that show because they had that Man at Arms. Remember that?
Man at Arms, yeah.
Did you have all the
Moss Man?
Do you have the figurines?
I had a lot of them.
Yeah.
Hey,
I had He-Man.
figures.
I had Adam. I had Battle Cat.
Action figures. Don't call them figurines ever again, Greg.
I had Moss
Don't ever
Man.
do that again.
How about G.I. Joes?
Oh yeah. Star Wars, G.I. Joes, He-Man.
He-Man. What was the stupid hat? It was like a hat guy.
Stupid hat.
The guy was he was like a hat guy with eyeballs.
Oh, Orko.
Yeah, that was just stupid. You
Yeah,
lost me at
remember,
Orko.
you know Orko. Greg
You
Holland
lost
knows
me at Orko.
Yeah.
And then there was that big, there was the cat with the big nose.
Battle Cat.
Battle Cat had a large nose.
But he was fierce.
He's not fierce. He didn't look fierce at all.
He was very tough.
I've been watching these shows. There's nothing fierce about a cat that has like a giant nose.
No, he was fierce.
Fierce.
Very mean.
Bad cat.
Hey, so Redlands beating San Dimas in the Division III playoffs, and we said, hey, if Redlands wins and Arlington wins, they'd meet in the semifinals. So the Terriers are up big on San Dimas, but Arlington, oh, man. Bottom of the 6th.
Lions?
Arlington losing to Maranatha 11-1. Oh, my goodness.
Crap. Just rotten. That's horrible. I feel bad for the Lions. Darn it. We're going to have a Redlands Maranatha?
We might.
Oh, that's just weak. Just weak.
Jeff gets very angry about his high school baseball.
Makes me really mad.
All right, we come back. We'll get you all set for Quakes baseball. They are playing their rival, Inland Empire, tonight. Mike Linskog will have the call, of course. And a reminder about Memorial Day. We're not going to be here, but the Quakes will be.
And I'll see you Tuesday because I'm out. Goodbye.
We got one more segment, Jeff.
Oh, dang it. All right.
We'll be back. Your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
here's Pep and Jeff.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. You can buy, trade, and finance. They make it so easy. Go to the website, CatalanoCars.com, and then go to Catalano Motors off of Temescal Canyon Road. Save thousands of dollars. They've got weekly specials you don't want to miss out. Catalano Motors. So how many dolls do you have at home, Jeff? Star Wars dolls.
They're not dolls. They're action figures, and I have a couple thousand.
If you sold them all, how much money would you make?
I don't know, 50 grand maybe.
Are you serious?
Probably more. Yeah, probably. I hope no one comes to my house. I have
really. Hey, Jeff, where do you live again?
I have a 12-inch Boba Fett that's worth several $1,000s.
You really?
I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I have a 12-inch Boba Fett. I have an original 12-inch Darth Vader.
Like from the 70s or 80s? Or?
70s.
Unbelievable.
And then I have a Chewbacca. I have a Chewbacca that's worth a couple $1,000s. Yeah, I got some cool things. I have a little original Yoda of the original series. Worth
figurine, little Yoda.
They're
figurine.
action figures, you jerk.
Oh.
They're stop it. Don't besmirch my collection.
Hey, Quakes taking on the 66ers tonight. Dodgers versus Angels, Cal League style at San Manuel Stadium, San Bernardino. First pitch coming up 7:05, but the pregame starts right here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM at 6:50. Then on Monday, we're taking it off all weekend.
I'm not going to see you Monday?
No, but the Quakes will be here. 1:50 pregame, 2:05 first pitch for the Quakes baseball team.
What are we going to do Monday then?
I don't know. It's up to you. Jeff, you can do whatever you want. You're free.
We're not going to be together?
No. You can go play with your dolls. We'll see you Tuesday, 3 o'clock on the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Yeah.